Shout out to Kop-Ish.
Shout out to Kopish, guys.
Keep all the good work
the
up.
two legends, Neville Heskey, Howard Gill. Can't get much better than that, guys. Yeah. You know what to do now. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm with legends, guys.
Kop-Ish.
Good evening, lovely people. Hope you're well. Welcome back to another Monday night live show. We are Team Kop-Ish. As always, when we get behind the mic, please make sure you subscribe, comment, and like. Liverpool is sitting top of the table at the moment. However, a certain ex-Man United player and well-renowned pundit Gary Neville doesn't believe Liverpool have the minerals to go all the way in the title race. We also speak about Alisson Becker, who's come out and spoken about his commitment to Liverpool Football Club. And unfortunately, we have to have a chat about our number 8, Dominic Szoboszlai, and his current form. Drift, how you doing, bro?
Bro, out me. It's fine. That was a massive.
No. I don't out my teammate.
People, it's my fault. We actually went live on time, and I actually forgot to press the live button, and we were speaking to ourselves for about 15 minutes. That's on me. I apologize. That had nothing to do with Cal. I see people in the chat saying it was Cal's fault. It was my fault. My bad. I can't believe we just spoke to ourselves for 15 minutes. That's hilarious. But other than that, I'm good. Yeah, it was a good topic. Yeah, but other than that, I'm all right, bro. I can't believe I did that. I actually can't believe I did that.
It happens, bro. We're here now.
Apologies for the lateness, people.
Well, let's get into it again.
Yeah, let's do it. Round 2. Pause.
Yeah, pause. Big. I'm going to read out Gary Neville's quotes about Liverpool Football Club. So bearing in mind this was, I think, came out yesterday, this quote, or today. So
yeah.
They're going to have a good season, it looks like, and maybe get Champions League football. I don't feel like I was watching title winners at Wolves, being honest, but they're well below Arsenal and City. I don't think that's shocking anybody. I'm going to break that quote down. So the first thing, you all obviously believe we're going to have a good season because you've tipped us to win the league, right?
Yeah.
When he says maybe get Champions League football, do you think that's a bit of a dig?
Yeah. That is a little bit of a dig. Maybe get Champions League football would be suggesting Liverpool are somehow in the pack with Tottenham, Man U, Chelsea. I mean, crazy thing is, I don't even think Chelsea's in that pack either, as things are standing right now. They look to have gelled quicker than I thought they would. Yeah, I've had some conversations, and I have said to people, I definitely think that Chelsea are going to bust at some point, sooner than you think. And now they seem to have got it together even quicker than I thought they'd get it together. I thought maybe they'd need the end of this season before you was like, oh, no, do you know what? Chelsea are doing all right. They seem to have got it together already. So, yeah, maybe it is being a little bit rude or a little bit of a underlying shade to suggest that Liverpool might get Champions League football. Yeah, that is definitely.
I know it doesn't necessarily involve our club, but while we're on the topic of Chelsea, what's your thoughts on the Sancho situation, considering Ten Hag kind of threw him under the bus, let him go on loan? He's a starter at Chelsea and he's having a pretty good start to the season.
It could be one of two things. It could be either that Sancho's realised he's at the crossroads where if he doesn't take his career serious, his next move won't be a club he wants to be at. It will be no disrespect, like a West Ham or something, like one of them mid-table kind of clubs. Like he's on his last chance in it, because you can't play for City, Man United, and then Chelsea and fail and get another one of the big teams. Maybe a Tottenham might take a chance on you, but do you get what I mean? I don't think he would get that. So it's either that and now he's applying himself, or it's Ten Hag, isn't it? And Ten Hag just don't know what he's doing, which we can kind of see. But I don't think we should be talking about it in public anymore, because Ineos are going to get wind of it and then they might wake up. So I think we should keep it that he's doing a great job.
Yeah,
Ten Hag deserves to be there. And the Man United fans, I think they're just tripping. They're
overreacting. I'll be honest with you. I fear Man United as long as Ten Hag's there. The moment they lose Ten Hag, I will not fear Man United. While he's there, I fear Man United. I think they're going to win the league. with Ten Hag.
I'm
If they lose
telling
Ten Hag, they might all finish 6th or 7th. But if they keep Ten Hag, boy, the league's in trouble.
I'm telling you, the way Ten Hag and Man United are a sleeping giant, just give them time. I'm telling you, in about 3 or 4 years' time, they'll be winning everything. Trust me, they just got.
Bruv, with Ten Hag there now, I reckon they win at least a domestic double.
Oh, that's already guaranteed. We're just gonna have to see how far they can go in the European. Is the squad big enough to handle 4 competitions? That's the only thing I worry about with Man U this year.
I pray they sack Ten Hag so we don't get caught up by Man United. I pray.
Facts.
Ooh,
but on the just on the Sancho thing as well, what I do think could possibly be the case where it wasn't even a situation where it was anybody's fault. Man United have been playing counter-attacking football, and you don't change your system for just one player. And I must admit, Sancho is actually way slower than I thought he was. And that's why I don't think he suits counter-attacking football. Garnacho and Rashford are perfect for counter-attacking football. Sancho isn't. I don't think you can really play counter-attacking football when you have a winger that's not rapid. And that's probably why maybe he didn't fit in at Man U. Maybe. But I don't know. I don't know,
man. I don't know. Back to Gary Neville's quote, though. I don't feel like I was watching title winners at Wolves, being honest with you. Can I jump in on this one?
Go for it.
How many times have we seen Arsenal go away from home and scrape results? How many times have we seen City go away from home and scrape results? How many times have we seen Chelsea do it in the past? How many times did we see Gary Neville's Man United do it? How many times have we done it? As a pundit, and look, I'm sitting here, Gary Neville's working for Sky. So, look, it is what it is, isn't it? I can't sit here and be like, I'm a better pundit than Gary Neville, because I'd be lying. But the notion that he sits there and says that after a game that we're way below, or we can't be title winners or title challengers because of one result, is probably one of the most amateur comments you can make. Given I've just given so many examples of other teams who have done it. If anything, that sort of win is what title challenging / title winning teams do. You cannot win every single game pretty. Liverpool, when we won the league, we won it faster than anyone else. That season, we didn't play better football than 18-19.
No, 18-19 was the best football we played.
Villa away from home, Mane finished in the dying seconds, right? Firmino against Wolves, 2-1 win away from home. Virgil van Dijk against Brighton early in the season, 2-1 win. We had goalkeeper sent off, and we had went down to 10 men. How many times did Liverpool scrape results that season? Adam Lallana against Man United getting a draw, so we didn't lose that game in the season. Like, I don't know. Surely Gary's been around long enough to know that comment he made should actually be the other way around, or am I just being sensitive?
No. I've got two theories about the situation, because what you're saying is spot on. I think the first one is that he was in his feelings because he just watched Man United get their arse handed to them, so he was in his feelings.
Big up expressions.
And I'm not even gonna lie, Carl. I don't know if you watched the game live. I did it. Big up everyone who joined me for the watch along. Bro, they got moved to.
Yeah,
Tottenham yesterday, bro. Like, it was bad. It's probably one of the worst performances I've ever seen from Man United. I'd go as far as to say it was as bad as that time when they got beat. Do you remember when when Mourinho was at Tottenham and he beat them 5-1, I think,
6-1
or 6-1? It was like almost as bad as that. Because if Tottenham wanted to, they could have scored more. Either he was in his feelings or he's just being a hater, and you got to let the haters hate. And he's a Man United fan. And as much as I rate him in terms of like the podcast and everything that he does, I really like. I'm not going to lie. And generally speaking, he does try his hardest to be unbiased. So I'm not going to be biased in my view. I hear Gary Neville say a lot of unbiased things about a lot of clubs outside Man United during the podcast. But yeah, I think maybe he was either just being like bitter, or he's just being a bit of a hater, like the rival came out in him. And the funny thing is, he's done it on the weekend when the two teams that he's saying that are obviously going to finish above us One of them needed a 94th minute winner at home, not away, Cal, at home to beat a relegation team. And the other one actually dropped points because City didn't win this weekend. So it's a little bit weird to pick the weekend when the other two teams look 10 times as bad as us. Do you get what I mean? It's a little bit weird that he did that, but I don't know.
Where I play devil's advocate, Wolves are bottom of the league at the moment and haven't been the best team. They've obviously been the worst team so far this season.
They
So,
have.
yeah.
They have.
And
I think
look,
from paper, those Wolves aren't bottom of the league, though. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah,
they're just having a really difficult start, Carl. They've actually played with the top 6 or something like that already.
Yeah.
Difficult start. So.
The last bit of the quote is they're well below Arsenal and City, but I don't think that's shocking anybody. I'm not.
There's the hate. There's the hate. That's the hate.
I'm not going to flip flop. At the beginning of the season, I predicted us to finish 3rd behind Arsenal and Man City. With Rodri's injury, I believe we'll finish 2nd now behind Arsenal, and the City will finish 3rd. But let's just say we did finish 3rd, which I think is the lowest position we will finish. To say we are well below these teams is crazy. You might say, yeah, they're slightly off from Man City and Arsenal. I could live with that quote. But say well below? Man United are well below. Spurs are well below. Not us. Do better than that.
No.
Not us.
Yeah, but I mean, Man U having a negative thing to say about Liverpool. To be expected. They asked Cara, I think it was last week. They asked him when they played. Who was the Sunday game? Because they did like a podcast afterwards. Was it us? No, we would have. Oh no, it was the City Arsenal game last weekend, wasn't it?
Yeah.
After that game, Drury asked him in the podcast, "Do you think Liverpool are involved in this because we had a good win last week?" And then Gary Neville was like, "Well, he wasn't going to go, yeah, they're in it." And Gary just went, "No chance," like that, because he was sitting next to him, innit? I thought, oh, okay. I see a little bit of hate in him. Carragher was the one that was like, when he's thinking like, oh, can they win the league? And it was like he was having to think about the question. And then Gary Neville just went, "No chance," like that. Like, that disgust, like, why are we even asking the question? So, yeah, he's been hating on us since last weekend, bro.
Let him hate more. It means we're doing something right. On Gary Neville's comments, though, do you think the rest of the league sees us as being way below City and Arsenal?
No, I don't. Do you know why? Because the majority of pundits, the majority of pundits are actually kind of rating what we're doing so far. I can't remember his name. Surname. The black journalist that is on Sky quite a lot. His name is Darren something.
Darren Lewis.
He has already come out and said that he would not be shocked if Slot won the league this year with the team that Klopp left. Paul Scholes said he wouldn't be shocked if Liverpool won the league. He's actually really impressed with us. He's a Man United ex-player who should be hating on Liverpool, but he actually said that he looks at our attack and he thinks we got the best attack in the league. And that's Paul Scholes. He could be hating on us like thingy. So, and I've heard of a few others. I just can't, I'm not going to bore you going through them all. But so there are other pundits, there are other people who do believe that Liverpool can do well. So I don't necessarily know if we're going under the radar now. I think people are starting to wake up a little bit to how good we could be. But we got to keep proving it. That's the problem. We've only played one team who's a traditional big team, which is Man United. So I can understand why people are a little bit worried to get ahead of themselves. If we'd have beat up, say, Villa and Tottenham, or if we'd have beat up Arsenal and Everton or something like that in the run we've been on, then maybe people would be like, oh, hold on, they've got some of their difficult games out of the way there. Well, they went to the Emirates, they went to Goodison Park and they got 3 points. Jesus. Then maybe I think people would catch on a little bit. But while we haven't played anyone of that level yet, I think that's why they're like, well, it is Brentford, it's Wolves, because people are going to downplay Crystal Palace away next week. That's a tough game.
Sorry to cut you drift. This is where I hate revisionism. Going into the Man United game, not everyone had us going there to smash Man United. Man United fans, bro, big up Saeed. We had Saeed on here, and Saeed was like, I'm confident going into this game.
Yeah, I know.
All of a sudden, we go there, we smash them, and it's Man United are crap. So when we played them, when we told that we were crap and we were going to get rolled over and we were without Klopp, so we're not the team anymore.
Yep.
So why has that all changed?
I think a little part of that would have been down to the fact that we don't do well at Old Trafford, even when we're clearly better. We play the occasion instead of the game, so people are probably a little bit worried that might happen.
Either way, bro, we still went there and we passed them off the pitch and we battered them. So why don't we get flowers for that? Because if Arsenal and City go there and beat them 3-0, they get flowers. Spurs are getting flowers at the moment. I don't hear anyone saying, "Oh, Man United are crap. Spurs should be doing that." Spurs are rightly getting their flowers. Why didn't we? Or why are we not? Because 3-0 away to Old Trafford is a bloody good win, whichever way you want to paint it.
Because we're a level above Spurs, they probably didn't have that expectation for Spurs, innit?
They didn't have us a level there though, Drew. At the beginning of the season, what did we hear at the beginning of the season? Klopp's gone, Liverpool are done, Liverpool are gonna fall by the wayside. It's back to the banter days for Liverpool. So what's happened? Why has everyone changed the narrative? Why has everyone changed their opinion so quickly? Why has everyone done a column about the Captain Sparrow? What's going on?
Do you know why, bro? Do you know why? Because, and I don't know, big up Matt for joining in, brother. I personally believe that everybody, I don't know if you agree with me, everybody thought the beginning of the season was going to be like a disaster. Because everybody just immediately went, Arsenal and Man United fell off a cliff immediately after Fergie and Wenger. And I think everybody felt like that would happen to Liverpool. Thankfully, it hasn't so far. But they forget, we weren't chatting rubbish when we said he left the squad in a good position and he's leaving because he wants to go. Nothing to do with his ability or the squad.
And the work behind the scenes we did. They had them two clubs didn't have no structure. We built a structure when this lot came in.
True as well, yeah. So as much things that we hate that they're doing behind the scenes because we don't think they're being ambitious enough, the structure of the club is still in place for there to not be a collapse. Do you get what I mean? Whereas Man United especially, it was a situation where there could be an easy collapse. So yeah, maybe that's it.
Very true. Man, welcome to the show.
Come on, bro. No, you know, I just listened to what you lot were saying about the opinion.
Yeah, I wanted to hear your thoughts on it.
Here's the thing: I think we've just surprised everyone, but we haven't surprised ourselves though so far. But for whatever reason, people thought Klopp's gone, new regime, Liverpool are going to be struggling for top four. That was never going to be the case. Do you get what I'm saying? I think some people thought, especially the general public, or should I say rivals, they thought, you know, it was going to be a thing of Liverpool are just definitely going to struggle this year. It's adaptation period. But that was never going to happen, bro.
Yeah. Because
we're Liverpool and we have a structure in place, like you said, and with that structure, we can still do something. We've got a structure in place right now. Big up, shout out everyone that's talking about my mic. I'm not using my mic to apologize, people. But here's the thing, though: the structure's in place, and if your structure is good enough, you can kind of feed in any good manager, so to speak, and that's what's happened with us right now.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? And that was supposed to happen with Ineos and Man United, because all I heard from all the Man United people were, Ineos are here.
Chill.
Oh, what am I? Oh, okay.
Nice. Do you know what though? Just on what Matt just said there. Yeah.
We rate Ineos and Ten Hag in it. That's what I'm trying to get across.
But what it is though is that they thought their structure was going to be so good that it could even propel Ten Hag, so to speak. But what they did,
it has.
But what they didn't realize is that if your structure was that good, you would have got rid of him in the summer. You would have got rid of him.
Brother, what you...
Why would you get rid of a manager of such caliber, bro?
No. But I'm just saying, like, if as a footballing man, like, I'm just saying, like, if your structure's
You didn't get the memo. Cal, quickly send in the memo.
what's happened?
Yeah, quickly send in the memo. He hasn't got the
You
memo.
want Ten Hag sacked?
No, I'm not saying I want him sacked.
So maybe you want to chill on what you're saying, then, bro.
No. No. Hear what I'm saying. We need him to stay. I'm just talking about what should have happened if you had good structure, but they don't have good structure. That's my point. They don't have structure like ours, yeah? Yeah, no, of course he needs... Bro, we know he needs to stay. That's not what I'm saying. I hope they give him another extension. What I'm saying is this, though. We have an amazing structure, and the structure was able to identify a good manager. If Man United had a good structure, which they don't, hence why they are keeping him. They have kept him so far, bro. That's my point, bro. Do you get what I'm saying?
Do you know what? Just on Matt was saying that.
I'm not saying Ten Hag to leave, you know. I'm just saying if they had a structure like ours, they would have identified that in the summer, which they didn't. That's my point.
Do you know when it could have gone wrong for us, based on what Matt was just saying? It could have gone slightly wrong for us if we'd hired Amorim, you know?
Yeah, no,
that's one. I'll actually put a feather in the cap of FSG and Edwards for hiring Slot, for continuing a similar style and being smart enough to understand that. Because even if Amorim is a better manager than Slot, that much of a drastic change would have had a way worse start to the season, probably.
We say it'd be a drastic change, but we kind of don't know because there's no evidence.
But everything about the way he plays is different, though, bro.
No, but there's no
comparison.
You don't know like that for us, though.
But he could have potentially adapted to the Premier League very quickly. And I know we had this kind of idea in our minds that he was definitely going to play kind of what he played at Sporting 3-4-3. He might have even changed the formation. Like, you don't know, like, how it would have panned out in it, so to speak. But
maybe.
But one thing I do know, we have to give credit to the board for picking Slot. One thing I will say, though, I think you said it, Drift, is that we shouldn't also get carried away, though, because we haven't played a top team. And
so just keep that there, Matt, because that's what I wanted to come to next. So obviously we've heard Gary Neville's statements, etc.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen the October to November running?
Yes.
For Liverpool?
Yeah.
It's mad.
Yeah, it's difficult.
It's a murderer's row, effectively. So I'm gonna read it out to you guys.
Yeah. Please do, bro.
So the 27th of October, Arsenal away. Then 30th, Brighton away in the Carabao Cup. Then the 2nd, Brighton at home in the Prem. Then Leverkusen at home in the Prem. Sorry, in the Champions League. Then Villa at home in the Prem. Then Southampton away after the international break. Then Real Madrid at home. Then Man City at home on the 1st of December. We've had a good start to the season apart from the blip against Nottingham Forest. Is it only fair and right, though, that we judge Slot good or bad after that period of football?
On the 2nd of December, I'll tell you if we're going to win the league again or not. That's when we'll have the second discussion about winning the league.
Not to say that should be us saying slot in or slot out, because I think so far he's done enough to suggest that he's good enough to take Liverpool forward.
Yeah, it's not a slot out thing. It can't be.
I won't be slot out for this entire season. He's at least got to get 1 year before you start judging.
Unless he capitulated.
Yeah, unless he does something
like a Hodgson thing, which I don't see happening. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. But I'll be honest with you guys. The start we've had on paper, barring the Man United game because of the momentum they were coming off the transfer window and how we usually play the occasion there, every other game we should be winning, and we have, barring the Nottingham Forest game. So I don't think we've done anything special. How we've played and how we've controlled games, I'm very impressed with. Very impressed with. But I would say for fans, and this isn't a you, Drift, because you've been consistent from the beginning of the season saying you think we're going to win the league. But for a lot of fans who are saying, like, Slot's the guy and it's like it's the seamless transition, I believe Slot is the guy. I think the transition has been good so far, but I think we need to pump the brakes. And this is not me doing the whole stop comparing him to Klopp stuff. This is me just saying pump the brakes. We haven't really gone through a hard spell of games yet. And when we do, then we'll see where we land. Not just him as a manager, but us as a squad as well. Because Graham and Matt for example, cannot play all of those games. It is impossible without dropping level at least. So
yeah.
can Virgil play all those games? Can Konate play all those games? Can Alisson play all those games? Can Salah play all those games? There's a lot of questions to be asked in that period. So do you think if that would be the make or break of our season, that period there?
I definitely know.
In terms of winning it.
Yeah. That's why I just said to you on the 2nd of December, that's when we'll have another conversation. So let's put it on hold until then in terms of can we win the league? Because we've got a big chunk of games that's going to very much be able to tell you. If we lose at home in a couple of those games, no chance. If we win in those, I would start to jump us up a little bit more likely. So we'll wait till we get to that point. But yeah, it's a tough one. It's a tough one because I don't think I'll say what I said. I think I maybe said this maybe about a month ago, maybe or so, when people were asking me some of the reasons why I think we'll win. And one of the reasons was I don't think this is going to be a 90-plus season. I just have a feeling you can win the league with 85, 86, 87 points this year. I just don't think the standard is going to be able to be upheld that high when the new Champions League format is out. All the managers are under pressure for different reasons. Guardiola's got the Rodri issue. De Bruyne don't seem to think. Arsenal have never juggled all competitions. They normally just throw away the cup games and concentrate on the league and the Champions League. Arteta's under too much pressure to do that now. He can't just, because if he doesn't win a trophy again for another season, I think there's going to be a serious doubt about whether Arteta can actually get over the line with his own team. People can't keep on talking about the FA Cup game. It was locked down. No one was in the stadium. Nobody was there to boo their shocking performances in the league. Aubameyang and Martinez carried them, and both of those players got let go. He actually got rid of the people that won him the trophy. If you go back and watch it, it was the refs, it was Martinez, and it was Aubameyang. That is why he won the FA Cup. No other reason. So, and the hamstring to, was it Pulisic? Pulisic pulled his hamstring because Chelsea were bad in Arsenal up in that game. I remembered
that, bro. I didn't want to sound salty, so I'm glad you said it, bro.
Yeah. And then when Pulisic pulled his hamstring, Arsenal were able to turn the game around. So there was a lot of variables behind that win. So if he goes another year and doesn't win anything, Guardiola might be leaving. Is he distracted? Is that why they haven't bought any players? Because people inside know, and they can't convince anybody to go City while they've got a court case, and Guardiola might be leaving. Who knows? Like, we always look at these other clubs because they're better than us at the moment, and we hail them up. But they've all got their internal battles and their internal struggles. Look at Arteta on the sideline every week. That's not a man who knows he's good. That's a man who's under pressure, barking orders every 2 seconds. You know, like when they tell you when you're teaching your dog to do something, they say, tell him once and don't tell him again, because he needs to learn that you're stern. Don't keep going, boy, sit down, sit. You just say it once, you click your fingers, you point him, and you wait for him to do it. Correct him with a little tap to the back of the leg. You know what I mean? You trust me, because I taught my dog very well to learn all this stuff. Arteta isn't doing that. He's the crap owner that's got the dog jumping up on him and mashing up the sofa and running around. He's like, get down, stop it. It's no control, bro. Arteta just always barking orders. Imagine having someone telling you 100 different things every flipping second. Do you know what I mean?
Is that why they got rid of the dog they had? Yeah, just no behavior.
I don't know, bro. That's the reason why they have a discipline problem at the moment. Look how many people are getting themselves sent off for stupidness. They got a discipline problem. You know what I mean?
You know what?
So stop telling everyone 100,000 things and coming up with light bulbs and playing music in the training ground and all. Like, the man's just doing all. The man thinks he's Einstein. He thinks he's Einstein. I promise you.
Do you know what though? Like, so going back to Carl's question, in terms of that running, we're really going to find out how good we are because we haven't been battle tested yet. Like, the games that we played, we were supposed to win. Obviously, we had that Forest slip up, which can happen. So there's no saying that, you know, we're going to drop points at some point. Not only that, another reason I'll say battle point is because we haven't had no adversary yet. Like, Gravenberch hasn't been missing, or a McAllister, something like that, where we have to put in maybe an Endo or a Curtis Jones or whoever it is. Like, we've kind of had it very seamless, like, and kind of easy, if we're being honest. Arsenal, I've had no Declan Rice. Obviously, that's on his own part. They've had no Odegaard because obviously he's been injured. Man City, I've obviously got no Rodri now. Foden, I don't know what's going on there, whether he's had a little bit of a mishap with Pep or whether he's just not fit as well. So there's a few things that those teams have been tested with where we haven't had a test yet. Like we've had no injuries, we've had no suspensions. And listen, it's a long season. We will be tested. There will be games where there'll be no Grav and no McAllister or no whoever it is. Do you know what I mean? And that's when we're really going to see what the squad is about. Because what we've got to remember is this is still Klopp's squad. I don't want to keep bringing up Klopp, but it's still his squad, bar one player that we've added. Do you know what I mean? It's not like Slot has brought in 3-4 players. It's the one player that he's brought in. So we're going to be tested, and I think that's when we're really going to find out how good we are. And I'm going to be there to find out because I'm intrigued, but I'm also a little bit worried because I kind of know how important our midfield is, in my opinion. Our midfield is like, it's the engine room. And I kind of feel like the combination of Grav and McAllister is perfect. But once you take one of them out in a big game, say, so to speak, that's what we're really going to find out about Liverpool, you know. Do you get what I'm saying?
Matt, I don't think we can sleep on the fact that we have had two pretty big injuries, because if we didn't have Kelleher, Ali being out for 2 or 3 games would have been a big deal, you know, bro. That would have been a big deal.
No, but what I mean is we've had an adequate replacement. For example, with Man City, there's no adequate replacement for Rodri. Or
but
Arsenal, there's no adequate
for them business.
No.
For them business. That man, they got all that money.
But
you know
what I'm trying to say,
You got to look at the standard of players they've lost. In
like, don't be wrong, we lost Ali, who's the best goalkeeper in the world, but we're so lucky we have one of the best. I wouldn't even say backup goalkeeper. We've got another number 1 goalkeeper. We are blessed with that. Do you get what I'm saying? But that's where I think it stops, other than maybe Chiesa filling in for one of the forwards. But as soon as you get into that midfield, that's where I'm going to be a little bit precarious. Because, bro, imagine if we had to play Real Madrid, for example, with no McAllister or Gravenberch, and we had to put in Endo or whoever. We can still maybe win the game. There's no saying that we can't win it, but you just know that when you first see that lineup, you're going to be thinking, oh, flip, man, like, these are the 2 that have got us here so far. Without them, how are we going to cope? That's all I'm saying, innit? That's what we have to do.
But you know what's crazy?
God forbid that happen, but you see, if Grav and Mac don't play against Real Madrid, I might not be available for that watch along.
Here's the funny thing, though. He's saying that, yeah. All they're doing is getting a little bit of a taste of what we had to go through last year. When both of those, to be fair, all right, De Bruyne was out for a big part of the season, and then Haaland missed 2 months at the beginning of the year. So City did kind of have some issues. I know Timber was out. I know Partey was out. But generally speaking, they didn't really get any other injuries any other time during the season last year. So they're kind of just experiencing now what we've had to experience in seasons past, especially last year. Last year, we got loads of injuries all the time. And again, if Jota doesn't get injured at the end of the year, it's very easy to just get biased and rare. I do think we win the league. If the Klopp situation wasn't what it was, I think we'd have won the league because it would have been less emotional. And even with the emotion, just a fully fit Jota till the end of the season. And I think we get over the line, if I'm being totally honest with you. I think he would have bagged about 5 to 10 goals in that last 10 game period when we was trying to win the games and we dropped those points. So they're just going through what we went through, bro. For Arsenal, we're very lucky with injuries in the previous 2 seasons. Now they're starting to get a few. We'll see what happens. I mean, it's only really Odegaard at this point. It just has suspensions for people being stupid, but it's really only Odegaard. Is anyone else injured?
But he's central, though, to how they play. If you look at the way how...
It's just one player, bro.
No, but he's saying they literally have no replacement for Odegaard. Like, the way...
For them,
it is. But what I'm saying is, without Odegaard, attacking-wise, they can't function. Hence why now they rely heavily, even more so on set pieces, bro. If you go and watch their patterns of play, Odegaard is the cerebral assassin when it comes to them things. That he will find a pass. Do you get what I'm saying? He will get... He's that good for them, and they don't have any type of replacement for them. And what worries me a little bit, and I think it's okay to be worried a little bit. I big up Ali A because I saw him in the comments. He was like, "It's about to override the players," which is kind of true. However, you need profiles to fit that system. Gravenberch and McAllister are unique profiles to fit that system. Endo, Jones, Morton are not probably the profiles that he would want in that midfield, but he will have to try and use them anyway. Do you get what I'm saying? And
Morton is respect.
you think he is?
Morton is respect, Matt. Respect.
No. What I'm saying is though, bro, Morton ain't Gravenberch. Morton ain't McAllister. Morton ain't even Zubamendi, who we wanted to get. Do you get what I'm saying?
Allegedly, but cool.
But like, as good as he is, again, it's the profile. This is what people need to understand. Profiles are important as much as system. You can have the best system in the world, but if you haven't got the profile in that system, your system cannot work. It is that simple for me. And that's why when I say we are so lucky that Gravenberch has answered the call and realized, or Slots realized his profile can fit his system. So
let me just read through, because I think we've got to be fair here. So we're 2 points ahead of Arsenal City as things stand. No, sorry, 1 point ahead as things stand, which is crazy. They've both not lost a game. We've lost one, but we're still top, which is usually what happens to us. We're the ones that usually draw a couple of games and end up second or third, whereas City will lose but win more. But here's this season. They had Chelsea away, Ipswich at home, West Ham away, then Brentford, then Arsenal, and then Newcastle away. Then
Wait, that's definitely the hardest start, I think.
Hold on. Arsenal start so far. Wolves at home, Villa away, Brighton at home, Spurs away, Man City away, and then Leicester at home.
That Arsenal's one is tough, you know.
No, Man City at home, bro.
Did I say away? Sorry.
Yeah, Arsenal was at home for that one. Yeah.
No, they weren't. They're
No,
away.
Arsenal to the Etihad, bro. What are you talking about?
Arsenal went Etihad.
Oh yeah, shit. Sorry, that's why I said Man City's was hardest. Yeah, sorry, I forgot it was at the Etihad. No, yeah, Arsenal.
They played Spurs and they played Man City. Already.
Yes, I forgot.
So
yeah, Arsenal started.
I'm going to ask a question. I don't want to try and put it down on it. But is it a little disappointing that we're not actually 4 points ahead of these guys, considering the start they've had and the start we've had on paper?
Yeah, because it's the Forest result that even Slot himself keeps on going on about. He's like, remember, Slot has come out and said, we are where we're supposed to be because the teams that we have played, we expect to beat them. That's one thing I like about his confidence. He knows where we should be. We had that horrible blip against Nottingham Forest that should have never have happened ever, but it did. And I'm hoping the players have learned from that because those are the games that you can't lose. Not even draw. You can't, bro. Those are the games you have to pick up them 3 points. Against your Spurs, your Aston Villa, your Arsenal, your Man City, your Chelsea. If you go away to those teams and you get a draw, it might not be that bad. But against those teams that you're supposed to beat, you shouldn't be losing to them. And again, it's a blip, innit? It's Slot's first season. There's always going to be that banana skin. And I hope that was just the banana skin game. And I hope, like, you know, things kind of go back to normal, which it seems like it has because we not rectified it, but we beat AC Milan and then we won on the weekend prior to that as well, after that as well. So you can only hope that we pick up from there.
Could the Villa, not the Villa, could the Nottingham Forest game have come at a good time? Because you can shake it off and get it out of your system and never let it happen again. Imagine if it happened in like March when we're right in the thick of a title race, when you just can't drop any points at all. Isn't it good that Slot got a bit of a rude awakening that early in the season so it can be like, all right, I never letting that happen again. Do you get what I mean? Like a little gentle reminder.
I get what you're saying.
Going off what you both said after the Forest game, though, the players just had an absolute mare that day. So
yeah. I've never seen them misplaced passes the way they were in that game. It was crazy.
We were terrible, man. I can't lie.
Even though they might be able to kick into gear because we've seen them do it in the past, I don't think Arsenal and Man City are playing good. And I think that what should maybe give a little bit of encouragement that maybe we'll be able to keep pace as well. Because, yeah, they can get better, of course. But they're not. Even when Odegaard was there, Arsenal fans keep forgetting. Odegaard only missed. So Odegaard played the first 3 games and then he's been injured since. Villa should have beat Arsenal. Ollie Watkins will never have a game that bad again in his life. Arsenal should have lost to Villa. And Arsenal did not play well against Man City apart from 15 minutes towards the end of the first half. So they haven't really played like
they
even the
haven't lost. But they
Tottenham
haven't
should have
away
beaten
in those big games
because they've got a very No, because they've got a very,
that's
very
a sign
good
of a good team. This is what I'm trying to say. So
But
even,
all
I know what you're
Gabriel injury, and they can't keep hitting these set pieces to win games in the last minute, bro.
But that's like
they
us
are
with Van
available.
Dijk. I get what you're saying, but they for
Ibra
me,
and Van
here's the
Dijk
thing.
have been solid so far, Drift.
But Ibra and Van Dijk have been out of this world. Do you know what I mean? Bar the
No, but they're not also winning games.
Yesterday or the other day.
I mean, the Milan game, fair enough. They did for the Milan game.
Ibra got a goal against Wolves.
Drift, what you're saying is, yeah.
Fair point.
I agree.
No, but I mean last minute winners. You know, like these last minute winners where you can rely on set pieces to like
that's a sign of a good team, though.
Gabriel against Spurs wasn't the last minute winner.
But I think it was like the 70 something. It was like near the end of the game. It wasn't. I'm sure it wasn't like
about 20 minutes to play. That's a long time in a game.
Yeah, no, fair play. But Spurs were so much better than them. It's just Spurs are crap at scoring goals.
I disagree. I don't think Spurs were. I think they just played into Arsenal.
They played better than them in that game. I watched it. It was just they can't finish. We've seen Timo Werner and them, man. They can't really finish.
Well, Arsenal's game plan is pretty clear in games away from home against the bigger teams. It is sit back, remain tight, either get a set piece or hit them on a counter attack. So I don't think that Spurs played better. They played into Arsenal's hands.
Cal, Leicester at home, 2-2 in the 93rd minute.
But we've been there.
They won 4-2.
They're not playing football. They're not playing good football.
But bro, I would say
most teams don't in the first 10 games, Drift.
They had players. Drift, here's the thing: if they were fully strength and they were doing this, I hear you, but they're not. They had key players missing in certain games. Like for example, I think was it the Spurs game? They had no Odegaard and no Rice in it. And even though Spurs may have maybe bust the possession, Arsenal still came away with a win, back against the wall kind of thing. As much as I can't stand them, I hate them. Yeah, you can't say they didn't. You know what I mean? They got the 3 points. That's what it's about. Man City, I would say there's a bit more of an issue because I think Man City are missing one player in my opinion. And I know people are going to say, what about KDB? Yes, that is true, KDB. But KDB has been kind of like in and out the team now for the last couple of years because of his injuries. So I can't really say he's like a full-time first teamer as things currently stand right now. But it's the Rodri one, which I think has offset them because tactically it now means they've got to make a big adjustment. Whereas KDB, they didn't make an adjustment. They won the league without KDB kind of last year. I know KDB came back towards the end of the year and had a phenomenal end to the year. But for large parts of last season, Foden was the one that was and Haaland, didn't it? Do you know what I mean? So,
but I think De Bruyne would have broke down Arsenal during the game that they had. So for that particular game, he was a big miss.
Maybe, yeah, maybe.
Them up if he's playing for 55 minutes against the low block. De Bruyne would have found a way through. He would have definitely. Even Rodri playing.
Odegaard could have played a pass that could have unleashed one of the attackers as well.
Possibly, but I will say this, and I'm not trying to be shady. I'm just talking about facts. Odegaard does struggle in big games. I don't really remember a last big game where Odegaard was the man. No, so I can't really sit here and be like, oh yeah, Odegaard would have made a difference. When does he really make a difference in big games? I'm not trying to shade him. He's a brilliant player. But I don't really remember many big games where Odegaard's the one who's controlling the game.
He's not the biggest, he's not the, what's the word I say? Like, he's not the biggest game player, like, so to speak. However,
I wouldn't call him a big game player as such. I wouldn't. I haven't seen enough performances. Yeah, but I think Bruno Fernandes is a bigger game player than Odegaard.
Yeah, well, I don't know about that. However, one thing I will say though is that Odegaard is still central to how they play though from an attacking point.
That's fact. That's fact.
You know what I mean?
He's better than Szoboszlai. I'm not going that far.
Orchestrator.
I'm not going to lie. This time last season, you two rushed me for my opinion on Odegaard when relating to Szoboszlai. You both rushed me.
A year's a long time in football, Cal.
Right, is that what we're doing, Cal?
No, do you know what? I said too much. Don't worry.
Is that what you're doing?
No, I said too much.
Because some people, I don't know if you noticed, some people when it answers earlier in the show, bro. I don't know if you saw what they were asking, but
what are they asking?
They're asking about your guy, still. Your boy.
I haven't watched the Man United game, so I can't comment.
Some people are saying that they
crazy what a year does, isn't it, Drift?
An unforgivable take.
It's crazy what a year does, isn't it, Drift?
Yeah, crazy. Cal, let me tell you something about Ugarte, yeah? Ugarte is so bad.
You know we can all play this game, innit?
Oh, 100%.
You know we can
No,
all
no,
play
no.
it.
This is
Oh, 100%.
this
We can play
this
this
isn't
game.
about you. This is
Cal, we
just
can play this
about
game or even if you want. It's up to you, bro. That's up to you. I'm just saying.
Tell me how you want it, partner.
Whenever you're ready, fam.
Tell me how you want it, partner.
Whenever you're ready, bro. I'm just saying.
guys. We're on the same team. We're on the same team. But you see Ugarte though, Cal, yeah? I've never seen a midfielder who is such a like hot potato when he's got the ball.
Yeah.
Bro, on the ball, he's bad.
You
see, off the ball, the thing is, I thought he was good off the ball, but I see the 20 in the Man United game, and I'm like, I don't even know if he's good off the ball. But like, Ugarte's not it. Ugarte is not it.
One thing I will say though, all jokes aside, one thing I will say.
Look at the team.
I know the profile he is, and he's just a destroyer. He can't make passes that's going to split open the defense. He's just literally a destroyer.
I called him
In
Ufo.
In that United team, he's gone to a team with no structure and just nothing. So even though I thought he was bad, he looks even worse for Man United. Where if he went to another team, he probably would look a bit better. But I'll be real.
Can I tell you what he did? What Ten Hag did yesterday? Bruno got a red card, and at the exact same time Bruno got the red card, Mainu went down with an injury that was so bad he had to come off. And you know the change that Ten Hag made was Mount.
No, Drift. You're forgetting the bigger. You're forgetting the bigger issue there.
Oh my day.
Even though he brought him out, can you remember who were the two people in midfield?
It was Ugarte and Mount.
No. Mount went to the wing. You're forgetting another person.
No, that was second half, bro. That was second half. When he first came on, Mount was playing in the middle, bro.
But they brought on Casemiro with Ugarte in the middle.
In the second half, yeah.
Bro, that stinks. That stinks.
I'm not gonna lie. I did tell certain man about Mason Mount, but we won't go there either.
At this stage of their career,
Carl's playing the game, Drift. You might want to respond.
Bang bang.
No. Mason Mount is being mismanaged. Anyway, at the end of the game,
he's not good.
When they had Casemiro and Ugarte for the second half, they couldn't protect. They just couldn't protect the defense at all. You see Casemiro?
They couldn't protect themselves.
Yeah,
bro.
No, it's true. It's actually true.
Yeah.
It's actually true. They were bad, bro. They were bad. And you see De Ligt? No. The shit. We're not ever having a conversation about that guy being a good player ever.
You know what? I will say this. As much as I think De Ligt is not the height he's supposed to be, De Ligt, here's the thing. Call me a madman. De Ligt would look.
You're a madman.
No, all right. Here's what I'm gonna say. De Ligt would look a lot better. Say, for example, at Chelsea. I'm being real.
De Ligt would look a lot better saying, "Can I take your order, please?" He's shit, Matt.
He's not that guy, Matt.
Bruv. No. Bro, I'm not saying he's amazing.
That's a Sepp Vandenberg. Because we laugh when people said he was as good as De Ligt. Is De Ligt as good as Sepp Vandenberg?
You're doing too much, Drew.
No, I'm not.
Bro, you know Sepp Vandenberg's struggling right now to get minutes for Brentford.
You're doing too much, Drift. You went too far, bro. You went
bro. No, I didn't. No,
bro,
I didn't.
De Ligt's not as bad as what. No, don't get me wrong. De Ligt is just a decent defender. But you know when we say like there's decent, there's good, there's international, there's world class, there's elite. He's a good defender, bro. But you have to remember he's playing at Man United, bro. Because I'll say this, yeah.
Varane looked good at times.
I'm not even trying to throw the grenade at Cal. This is just me being genuine. Zertsky, I actually think is a good player, but Zertsky at Man United looks horrible.
Yeah,
and that's not me. That's not me trying to be. That's me being genuine.
That's facts.
Zertsky's a good player. Zertsky goes to another team. He does way. Bro, Man United are just a joke. Any person they sign has just nosedived. Name me a person that's gotten better since they've gone to Man United, bro. Give me one name, Drift.
The only player who's done well that they purchased probably is Fernandes.
That's years ago.
That was how many years ago, though?
No,
But I don't think Xerxes looks fit for the Premier League just yet. He could get used to it. He's young, so
You know
I
what
give
it
him a
is?
blind.
For some reason,
I don't think
he's
he
not-
looked ready for the Premier League.
He's not shooting or doing anything. But like, bro, it's so magic because I was gonna say, other than Bruno, like you just said, bro, there's been no one. But Bruno was signed in what, the 2016-17 season or something like that.
It was a while ago, yeah.
As Kendrick Lamar would say.
You know
once
what?
a
Dalot's
name-
been playing well for them, to be fair. Yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
shout.
That's
Fair
a good
dude.
shout, to be fair. Dalot's actually good.
Although Dalot got cooked yesterday by Brennan Johnson.
Yeah. Bro, there's some players there. I just think, my word.
As
He's trying to
Kendrick
turn it
Lamar
into
said,
Ajax.
as Kendrick said, once a lame, always a lame, and that is Manchester United. It is. Just Lab says, "How's the good to go app?" Yeah, it's excellent. I haven't actually used it yet, but some of the deals I've seen come through, sensational.
I haven't downloaded it.
Actually. Alex says, "Managed to catch the show tonight. Good to see you, fam. Big up yourself, Alex. Hope you and the fam are well."
Big up.
Big up.
We got Uncle Rod's in the building. That's Cap
Uncle
Cow
Rod.
and Drift. Big up every time. that was
up
when we were
Uncle
speaking
Rods.
about Ten Hag. Alex goes on to say, Slot is what people thought Ten Hag was. I'm not going to say the first word, but fraud.
Yeah, facts.
Planner Boy says, I think it's the opposite for us. Our problem has always been the small teams. We usually draw or lose these games on the clock, so it's been good for us. I hear that as well. Although our record against the Big Six in the last couple of seasons wasn't the greatest, which is unlikely.
No, but I also think that's a bit of a misconception as well, because even though we had a few poor seasons on the clock, we had some seasons where we went on 18, 19, 20 game unbeaten and winning run.
Yeah.
So I think it's a bit of a myth that Klopp used to struggle with small teams.
Yeah, that's true.
It just depends what season you're talking about. Some seasons had turmoil in them and some didn't, innit?
How many seasons did we have Klopp? We had him what? From 20?
We had him for 9 seasons, and I'll say 4 of them were when we were like at the top.
So if it's 4,
Yeah.
if it's
Yeah,
5
seven.
out of 4, if it's 5 out of 9 seasons where we did show signs of struggling against small teams, I think that super chat does have some. Like it does have some.
Yeah, but the beginning is difficult to add because it took him 3 years to get the squad to the level in it. So straight away, you've taken away 3 years for that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, fair dues. Mr. Moses says Liverpool are an unknown quantity because of Arne Slot. Pep even said he'll be watching more Liverpool games to understand. I think we might do something special. Hashtag Ten Hag in. Hashtag you never walk alone. Always Ten Hag in.
Always.
I still stand by what I said. You know, I think if you give a year or so gap in between, I think Guardiola takes the Liverpool job. He wants to be Liverpool manager. I can see it in his eyes.
Fun Guardiola, bro. I don't want
Nah,
him in
he
the
can
club.
stay over there with them charges.
You lot are crazy, bro. You don't want the best manager of all time to
he
be.
wouldn't want to be Liverpool manager.
Fun
But do you know what it is?
Guardiola.
He's made himself public enemy number 1.
Yeah, bro.
He
Just
tries to
what
little
happened
bro
to
us
you,
too many
man?
times. Bro, this guy is the
When did
biggest
you become so
villain.
forgiving, bro?
No, it's because he's a massive Pep fan, isn't it?
You're definitely the Old Testament. You're in the New Testament of the Bible, bro. Just okay. There it is.
Bro, you got to stop this Pep love, man.
Yeah,
Lord.
bro. Fun Pep, man.
No, it's not Pep. No, there isn't enough hatred for Man City for me to not accept having the best manager in the world. If he played for if he was Man United or Arsenal manager, then yes, I'll get it. City, like I get they took titles away from us and bun City, but it isn't a big enough rivalry for me to not take their manager.
He literally tries to little bro us at every opportunity.
So now we'd be the one little bro in other people. Why would you not want
I'm
that?
not taking them kind of. Here's the thing: you can be respectful about your opponent, but he tries to little bro us all the
I'm
time.
Pep about the money and the match.
No, I don't want that, brother.
How's he about?
We'll find out.
I'm Pep.
I don't
We'll
want that,
find
brother, bro. I get what you're saying in terms of just as a manager. It's like if you could take out his personality, because bro, what you got to remember is this year, as much as he is one of the best managers of all time, like I just don't like the way how he talks about us, bro. This man, you know what this man does? He'll say things like, "If it wasn't for Liverpool, I wouldn't be here today. I just wouldn't. They're so great. They're so good. Yeah, because you've won 6 out of 7 leagues, or was it 5 out of 6? But he tries to do this thing of like trying to gaslight us, saying how great we are, but also big up himself, saying, yeah, they're great, but we're just better than them. I don't really care. I can't stand that attitude. Just don't say anything. I'd rather you say anything about us, bro.
I think what you're saying can be true in one respect, but I also think that there is a part of him who means it, because we have even said that ourselves as fans. Liverpool and Man City, Klopp and Pep made each other better. Because he patronizes people a lot, I think we think everything he says is that. But when he's talking about Klopp, I think he's being genuine. It's easier to say it because you've won, Matt. You're 100% right. It's easier to be humble when you've won. But I think he means it. I think he does look at Pep, like Klopp, and he's like, you made me a better manager. Klopp is the only manager in the history of football to have a better record in head-to-heads. I think Pep means it. When he talks about Klopp, I think he means it. And you see the respect they have for each other. Look at the 9-year rivalry, or whatever it was. They were just... you couldn't even make them hate each other during the rivalry. I think he means it.
No, they don't. Obviously, they don't hate each other. And I'm not saying that they needed to, because I know a lot of people. Funny enough, actually, a lot of people are saying, like, rivals are saying, because again, everyone hates Liverpool, right? If you're not Liverpool, everyone's doing the whole, look at the Arsenal City rivalry. This is a real rivalry because look how they disrespect one another. It's like, yeah, I mean, it depends how you want to see the rivalry. There was two teams that, you can say the Arsenal Man City rivalry now, you can say it's aggressive, but at the same time, Pep has still won each time he's faced Arteta up to this point. We've at least beaten Pep once. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So even though people are saying it's a rivalry, you can't really call it a rivalry until Arsenal actually win something. It's more like a rivalry in the making. Do you know what I mean? That's one thing I will say about Arsenal. As good as they are doing, you can't not win nothing and call it a rivalry, because that's what we used to get told when we used to finish second. But lo and behold, we did win a Premier League, and we knocked them out of a Champions League. I know we didn't win it. No, did we win it? No, when we knocked them out of the Champions League, that was 17-18 in it. I forgot. Yeah. But still, do you get what I'm trying to say? We won the Champions League and the Premier League in that time. Pep was trying to do the same thing, so it is very different in my opinion.
The comedian Semi Cedar says, "Yes, Team Kopish, big up yourselves." Each
gonna grab a drink, guys. Give me 1 second.
Cool. All I'm saying is, don't sleep on Liverpool. We are definitely one of the top 3 teams in the league. So if we can stay in the mix, who knows? I agree with that. I think we're top 3 in the league. So you start a comment if you think you're smart, bro. I see you.
We got to honor our brother's question.
I see you. Shane says, can't sleep on winning in the San Siro. I hear that as well. And
1-0 down as well.
Yeah. Gang and Deep says, I still think we finish 3rd. Pep will find a way. He always does. Any other manager, I would say it's between us and Arsenal, but Pep is the equalizer. Arsenal defense will carry them through and will exit early from other comps. That's fair. That could happen as well.
I don't think the fans will accept that though, Gang and Deep. I think Arsenal fans now realise, just in case they don't win the Prem, they have to go for the cup games. They can't just keep going out in the first round and being like, we got bigger fish to fry. And then if they don't win the league, then they end up with another trophyless season. Arsenal Football Club have gone 4 or 5 years without winning a trophy. That's a big deal when you're a big club. They can't just keep on throwing away trophy opportunities. They can't.
I hear it. Vincent says, with us at final, the midfield was the start of the goals and the defense. Slot is still experimenting. Graham Birch and McAllister, another creative equals necessity. That'll be a topic later. Shimron says, I think injury-wise, we will be a bit better on the slot because we play and train with less intensity than Klopp. Squeeze the like people. I read that separately for a second. I was thinking, whoa.
So did I. I was like, what are we doing here? No, bro, so did I.
No, you look. Please get your gutter. Please get your minds out the gutter, guys.
No, because as I'm reading,
no, but even that, as he was reading,
your minds out the gutter.
I was like, what?
Isaac says, it's my girlfriend Kat's birthday today. We're watching together. Can we get a beat drop? Big up, fellas, for tonight's stream. Big up to yourself, Isaac, and big up to the missus. Happy birthday to Kat. This is for you guys.
Big up. Guys, do you want to know something as well? While we're on that, actually, because before I forget, big up Kelly, who asked us if we could give a shout out to her man Matt Patterson. On the 6th of September, we just missed the message. It was his birthday. And he was at home ill with COVID at the time, and she said that he's a very avid supporter of us. So Matt, Kelly, big up yourselves. And Matt, I know this is like a month later, but happy birthday, bro. Big up yourself. Let's drop the beat for Matt. Happy belated birthday, bro.
Happy birthday, Matt Patterson, bro.
Shout out to Planner Boy. Says, I'd take Pep all day. He cooks with our team. He doesn't cook with our owners.
Innit?
Does not cook with our owners. Anyone ever tried making dumpling in cold oil? Good luck with that. Can be the best chef in the world. You can't heat up that oil. You ain't gonna have no
dumpling with cold oil.
Do you know what Liverpool's like? What just come to my mind when you just said that, Cal? I don't know if anyone's seen this film called The Loft. Is it The Loft? And it's about a guy who breaks into a rich house and then he gets trapped in there, and he has to like live in there for like weeks.
No.
And obviously, like he runs out of food, and there's a bit where he realizes he's got to take the dry pasta, put it in cold water, and leave it for like a day for it to just absorb the water so he can eat it. That's what FSG make our managers do. We've got to put the pasta in the cold water and wait a whole day for the water to absorb into the pasta before we can eat it.
That's some Walking Dead settings. I can't remember. Walking Dead, if I remember it correctly, they're forever eating out of tins, bro. I'm telling you, they are struggling.
Shout out to Pimpin' Distress, aka Pops. Cal, who you taking, Coutinho or Pep? Flip a coin, bro. Flip a coin.
I think he means right now as well. I don't think he's talking about that.
Flip a coin. Flip a coin. One was at the club and did us dirty. One's outside and did us dirty. Both did us dirty, innit?
Do you still hate Coutinho? Just out of interest. Do you still hate him?
Hate's a strong word.
You still dislike him?
Yeah.
Do you know where he's
Cal
playing?
hates him. Cal
You know where he's
hates
playing
him.
now? You know he's gone back to Brazil, innit? You know he's back in Brazil.
Oh, I thought he would come back to the Premier League to light up. That's a shock to me.
He's cooking the Brazilian league though. To be fair,
That's you can't even let the man live.
I let him live. I haven't put him in my fantasy team because everyone's telling me he's going to come back and cook up a store. Got Gerrard sacked. That's
How many years
reason.
ago was that now?
No, Cal, don't do that. Don't do that. It was a centre back that got him sacked, not Coutinho,
bro. And not only that, wasn't it Ollie Watkins as well, Drift?
I knew that would touch a nerve with you two. I knew it'd touch a nerve. How's it feel?
Yeah,
but we should touch a nerve with you as well. We didn't win the league because of that mug, bro.
The hate's still there, boy. Bro.
He's the only one who ain't getting the blind and the light skin thing. He bun himself forever. That you.
That's what Coutinho is. Cold vegetable oil. That's what he is. Not even olive oil. Cold veggie oil.
Cal, see, you know what? A big up Tway. Coutinho did his job to win us the league, bro. And it was Mings who.
I tell you what,
Ollie Watkins as well. Why are we forgetting that?
For real.
I tell you what, Coutinho's job should have been not faking a back injury to leave Liverpool mid-season.
Oh my god,
that's doing your job. That's doing your job.
How that was nearly a decade ago, bro. You gotta let it go now.
Wait. Imagine you guys are calling my phone all day, and I just WhatsApp you lot and go, guys, I'm not feeling well. I can't do Kopish tonight. Oh, you're like, all right, Carl, get well soon. You guys are doing the show in the chat. All of a sudden in the chat, Cal's on Redmen, guys. No, he's not. No, Cal's on Redmen. What? Cal's on Redmen.
But to be fair, Coutinho wouldn't have
laughing in
gone.
front of the camera.
No, but Coutinho didn't leave straight away.
Paul and Chris and that big up them lot with the
Coutinho didn't leave straight away.
It would have been, you would have said something like, you're really ill, and it would have been like a month later we see you on Redmen, but you're saying you're still ill after 4 weeks.
What would you do if I lied to you and ended up somewhere else? Drifty and Matt, what would you do?
But we know how the story went,
what
bro.
you gonna do?
We know how the story went, bro.
You know what would happen. You know what would happen. If you're mad,
I can answer this question for you, Pip, because I've met Cal's pastor. Yes, he would tell him he should be forgiven. Yes, he would. Yes,
I don't know
he
what
would.
it is about Coutinho, but you are never forgiving that brother.
because he disrespected our club. I don't get how. Look, let me not go back into this.
When I say
just don't
forgive,
get it.
though, it's one of the things, Cal. I will always begrudge him for doing what he did in the way how he done it. There's no,
I don't
bro.
sound like it, bro.
No, bro. Actions speak louder than words. Me and Drift was so vexed that day. We done about 3 videos on this. Just on my live, we done about 3 videos, like 2 hours after each other, talking about how vexed we were. Bro. We were vexed.
Yeah. I will admit it. I haven't been that heartbroken since Torres went to Chelsea. Like
That
Coutinho,
I'm not gonna lie.
Coutinho's
Heartbreaking.
leaving hurt more than Torres. Because Torres, I could understand why he was leaving.
Because Coutinho was still in his prime. With
Yeah.
Torres,
I agree. With you.
Klopp gave him captain's armband, you know.
I know.
Klopp gave him captain's armband. And he
No, but
spat
that
in
was a
Klopp's
ploy. That was a bit.
face.
I'll be
That
real.
brother.
No. That was a bit of a ploy. That was a ploy.
Brother. Hope he's enjoying Brazil. Good on him. I'm happy for him. There you go.
I mean, he's back home. I'm sure he's happy now.
Well, let's hope his back holds up, innit?
Bro, man can't even be happy in his own country.
That's a bit of a pause still, but yeah.
Is it?
You hope his back holds up. It's a bit of a pause.
He's the
That's
one
a
who
big
said,
bit of a pause.
That's a big pause. That's a big pause.
That's a bit of a pause still.
That's a big pause.
His back was hurting and then magically turned up in Spain and everything was all good again. Mad.
That's a big
That's
pause.
But
Right,
have you never had a spasm that only lasted 24 hours? I have had one of those before.
Oh, no, I haven't actually.
I haven't. Not 24 hours.
I've had a 24-hour backache.
His lasted a couple of weeks, though.
No, I don't think it lasted that long.
He must.
How long was
negotiation?
Negotiations were about 4 or 5 days.
His back must have been hurt real bad. Must have been gully creeping up them stairs, bro. Bless him. 4K Slime says Palmer, Foden, or Saka, and why? Ooh. All right. I know. Based on recency, what I'm gonna say, I'm gonna get cooked for it, but I'm gonna say, I think it goes Foden, Saka, Palmer. They're all fantastic footballers.
They're all fantastic players. I think as things stand, I'm still gonna go Foden, Palmer, then Saka. Right now.
Nah, I'm gonna be honest with you. See, Cole Palmer. I hate the fact that this kid plays for Chelsea. I think Cole Palmer is so good. It's gonna be the worst mistake Man City have made in Premier League history, selling him to Chelsea.
It's Pep's biggest mistake since he's taken.
Yeah, it is.
Cole Palmer, for me personally, has got the mentality and the ability to actually be so good that we're talking about him the way Wayne Rooney was getting spoken about and that kind of thing. I rate Palmer.
No, you're doing too much.
I rate
Palmer. You're doing too much.
Pump the brakes, bro.
No, say what you want.
Come on,
Say
you're
what
a
you
driver.
want.
You're a driver, Drift. You don't take corners in gear 4, bro. Come on, man.
That's no.
Look, that's just my opinion. That's just my.
Can I be honest? Yeah, can I be honest? See, last year when Cole Palmer
Wayne
had his
Rooney is one
breakout
of the best players to play in the Prem of all time.
Yeah, and I think if Cole Palmer continues on the trajectory he's on, then he will be in that conversation as well.
Yeah, but I don't think he's all right. So when you say it, I guess you kind of slightly change your statement because you're saying the trajectory that he's on. But here's what I'm gonna say.
Like, do you know how good Cole?
No, wait. Out of all of them, and here's the thing.
Man.
One thing I don't like though, recency bias always plays a part in people's minds. Palmer's just scored 4. I done the game, yeah. And let me say this: Palmer was exceptional. exceptional against Brighton, right?
Yeah.
But Brighton were playing on the halfway line. I kid you not. Brighton were playing in their own half, so the players didn't
Yeah,
even
yeah.
right? Palmer done amazing last season. So, but he is great. There's no denying he's great, but he stood out from a very, very average Chelsea team. This season, he started well and he got the 4 goals. But up until the 4 goals, I would still say he's playing good. I think people are forgetting what Phil Foden done last year. There's a reason why Phil Foden didn't he get the Player of the Year, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Bro, Foden has led Man City to a title. Don't get me wrong, Haaland was obviously in there as well, but bro, Foden was a joke last year. Don't get me wrong,
No,
Palmer was sick.
Foden's
But you got to remember
good.
what Foden was able to do. And again, maybe it's a bit unfair when I'm saying it, but what Foden's done is now translated into trophies and winning. And I'll be honest with you, there was a lot more pressure on Foden because when KDB was injured, Foden had to step up and be that guy. And I can't lie, I think people forget about that. So maybe I still think there's definitely an argument for Palmer and Foden. Whereas what I will say, and this is where it gets a bit techie for Arsenal fans, is I still think Saka's a very, very good player. But if we're just talking about the ability of the other two, I do think the other two have more ability than Saka. That's not me putting down Saka at all, by the way. Saka's still a very, very good player, still one of the best wingers in the Premier League. Do you get what I'm saying? But I just think when people say Palmer and Foden are better, it's like you're disrespecting Saka. I'm not disrespecting Saka. I'm just simply saying the other two are just a bit better than him. They've got more natural ability.
It's just fact.
They're able to do more.
By the way, I didn't say he'll be better than Rooney. I said we'll be talking about him the way we talked about Rooney. So I'm not saying he'll be better than Rooney. Rooney's got a legacy that I don't know if many people will surpass. Rooney was just cold. But I think we'll be talking about Palmer the way we talked about Rooney. Because Palmer I hate the fact that he plays for Chelsea because it means Liverpool could never get him. I wish he'd gone abroad and then we could still go and buy him like we did with Sturridge when City got rid of Sturridge and then we ended up getting him and all that. For me personally, I think Cole Palmer is just he's him. I can tell, I can see it. The mentality to back up the talent. Cole Palmer is him. And I'll make a very bold statement here. You see, if you swapped Szoboszlai with Palmer, I'm not even remotely worried about winning the league. I'm just waiting for the parade. If you swapped Cole Palmer with Szoboszlai, Liverpool's winning the league.
Don't do this one about own, man. Even if it's right. Even if it's true.
I'm not. I'm just saying. If
even
you
if
put
it's
Cole
true,
Palmer,
don't do it to one about own.
Can you imagine Cole Palmer playing 10 for Liverpool right now?
He's right, Matt. Matt, we can't sit here and say he's wrong. He's right.
No,
right.
Bro. You didn't hear what I said. I said even if I'm admitting it's true. I'm just saying, try not to do it to one of our own. But just right. I don't want to say it, but
to be fair, though, Matt, I've sat here a few times. I can't hold anything to Drift because I've sat here a few times and said if we had Isak in the striking position, we win the league as well. I've said if we had certain man in other positions,
what you're saying
win the league.
What you're saying isn't false. I'll just say that it's not false what he's saying, isn't it? I think it's kind of
it hurts to hear it. It just hurts
because it's one of your own, isn't it?
Slide down. I was more trying to big up Palmer. Do you get what I'm saying?
I didn't take that as you. If anyone takes it as you putting Szoboszlai down, I'm kind of. I don't know. I think that's.
What about if you put Foden in there? Would you still feel the same way? You don't feel like that with Foden?
In a 10, yeah.
I wouldn't have the same level of enthusiasm, even though I would be very happy with it. But I wouldn't have the same level of enthusiasm.
I would.
Can I ask, is this recency bias, though, Jeff? Because Foden, if I'm not mistaken, was player of the season last season, right?
This is what I said.
Yeah, do you know what it is? I think that Palmer is a perfect blend of what you need from a player, where he's got creativity and he's got an eye for goal. I think Foden's more got an eye for goal. And I think Saka more has an eye for goal than they have creativity. Palmer is the perfect blend of both for me. I think Palmer can do...
Hold on. Are you forgetting who Foden is?
Foden is creative as F, bro.
I don't think Foden is as creative as Palmer
bro,
is.
I can't believe I'm going to say. I'm going to say his government. Philip.
But do you think Foden is as creative as Palmer? I don't. I don't think he's as creative
what
as
it is,
Palmer.
on the eye, what it is, what you got to remember is this. Foden is playing in a City team where it's very, very structured. And I'll be real, Chelsea are allowing Palmer to be that maverick because he's a maverick player, yeah?
Sorry to cut you as well. Drift, what do you usually say? How will he do against the low block? Chelsea don't play against low block.
Yeah, but I can't.
They're playing against
I know they.
high-line,
I know you
halfway
shouldn't
line
make us.
football, Brighton, bro.
No. That's true. That is true. And you should never make an assumption.
Phil
But
lives
based
in
on
the
the
low
ability of what I see, I think
born in the
Palmer.
low block, fam.
He was born in the low block.
He was born.
I think Palmer's got the ability to be able to unlock a low block, because I think if he can't find the right pass, he can score from outside the box.
Phillips.
So good Phil, bro.
I used to check Phillips.
No. Like, you just asked me about Palmer, so I'm just saying about Palmer. I'm just Palmer. There's just something about Cole Palmer, man. The kid's got it, man. The kid just has it. I can't believe City let him go. I cannot believe City that
bro,
and let him.
They let him go.
They let him go and brought in Doku. That's crazy.
We're lucky they let him go.
That's criminal. That's actually criminal. That's criminal, bro.
I don't know what happened behind the scenes, but all Pep had to say was, "Please, just let me just ease you into the team for one more season, and it's yours."
Yeah,
that's all you had to say.
Cole Palmer is just there's not many people in the world who I wish played for Liverpool that played for teams in the Premier League, but Cole Palmer is one of them.
Yeah, I hear it.
I hear it though.
Let's move on to the next topic. It won't be a long one, but Alisson Becker did an interview with Joe Hart recently, and has basically come out saying he doesn't want to leave Liverpool. He's fully committed and wants to stay for a significant amount of time.
Sorry, I had to double check something because I thought I was bugging. Listen to this just quickly. Foden scored 19 goals and got 8 assists in the Prem alone.
No, Matt, I'm not shitting on Phil.
No, bro. Hear what I'm saying. Hear what I'm about to say. Foden scored 19 goals in the Prem and got 8 assists.
No penalties, I don't think either. No penalties.
Don't take pens like Cole Palmer took about 7 pens last year.
I think he took 10.
No, but I'm gonna do what you lot say to me sometimes.
Wait. Also,
Chelsea,
let me finish.
all over the place, Matt. I'm Palmer.
That's right.
He wasn't.
Got a point.
All right. Haaland is their killer. Yeah. Chelsea don't have a killer, right? Foden got the second amount of goals, if I'm not mistaken, for Man City. Bruv, he scored 27 goals and got 12 assists in all competitions, bro.
He had an outstanding season.
Right back,
No. Can I be real though?
Defend yourself.
I think you're forgetting, because if I go back through the list,
he's around the whole team of world-class ballers, Matt. Look what Palmer was putting up with last year.
No, don't do that. You know why you can't do that? Darwin Núñez. How many other strikers are there?
I'm using your own logic against you, because that's what you say to me when I talk about players. You go, no, but it's a better team.
You can't. You know why that doesn't work? That don't work because if that's the case, but listen, Darwin Núñez should be getting 30 goals. You get what I'm trying to say, bro? Because he plays with better.
No, but there's no need.
Wait there. Mateta, what I'm using your logic against you now. Mateta plays in a worse team at Crystal Palace and has scored more goals. It doesn't work like that, bro. That's what I'm
so why do you say that to me then?
No, you listen to what I'm saying. What I'm saying is this, though, bro.
You're moving the box
now. No, I'm not. You try to say because Foden plays in a better team, he's gonna get more output. Which is, to be fair, there is kind of valid point to that. But you've also got to look at it as if you're playing with amazing players, you've also got to stand out on your own, bro.
I understand that.
He stood out on his own and more some. He was player of the year, bro. 27 goals and 12 appearances. Come on, bro.
It wasn't just that he was in a better team than Palmer, because that might not have so much of a disparity. Cole Palmer was playing in a shit show. I don't think you quite understand how bad Chelsea were last season, bro. They were a shit show.
Bro, it's easy to stand out in a worse team and have good stats. Ask Benteke. There's so many plays that we can go look at. When they move to bigger clubs, they fold.
But hold on a minute. You've used this logic in conversations we've had to say that if you're playing with better players, and now you're backtracking on the same logic.
Am I backtracking? No, you're trying to see. No. Wait there. You're trying to do revision logic because now you're thinking, what else can you say? Because literally, this is the argument. It doesn't matter about.
No. I'm literally using.
But hear what I'm saying. Hear what I'm saying.
Easier to perform.
You can't have a go at someone for scoring a good amount of goals in a better team, but then try and downplay my man because he's playing at a worse team. Yes, that is true.
When did I downplay it? I didn't downplay it.
No, bro. You said it's a bit it's not better, but like Cole Palmer playing in a worse team with those stats is impressive.
Because I'm using your logic. This is normally what you say. You say it's easier to perform at the bigger club with the better players around.
Matt, hands up, Matt.
That's not always the case, though. Because if that was the case, Darwin Núñez was bag 30. That's my whole argument, bro.
Oh, defend yourself.
About individuals, are talking about the general scale of things. No, generally speaking,
we can bring up any individual, but we can bring up any individual. They're supposed to, by your logic, then, if you go to a better team, you're supposed to elevate your game, bro. That's what you're saying. No, but it doesn't always work, though, bro. All right, so if I've got this wrong, correct me if I'm wrong. If I've got this wrong. If you play in a better team, you're supposed to do certain things. You're supposed to literally be on a certain level because now you're playing with better players. The expectation and your production should go up. Now you're playing with better players. Now
so
you're
you
in
say,
a lesser team. Yeah.
Is what you told me.
But do you not agree with that? You don't agree with that because I didn't see where you are.
I think every situation is different. I just think every situation is different. I don't think you can apply one rule to football because every situation is different.
But we're not playing one rule to football. We're applying two players who are both very talented and they're both in different places in their career. Phil Foden's playing in a team that's winning titles, but here's the joke. Phil Foden is not just winning trophies, he's contributing at the highest level. He's not a passenger, you know. That's the thing. There's players that can go to other teams and be passengers. That's one thing we can't say. Foden is never
so if you want to use that logic, Foden's 24. That's the first time when he's actually stood out and fulfilled his potential. He was very much. He was very.
All right, now I've got you with a haymaker. Do you want me to go through? Foden's previous stats?
No. It's not about individual stats. I've watched Man City play every season, and Phil Foden.
Bro. No, you haven't. You can't say that if you have.
Been the main man until last season.
You can't say that if you have. You can't say that if you have.
Till last season.
All right, if that's the case, then Phil Foden shouldn't even really get double figures. Then, if that's the case,
I'll also tell you this. This is obviously an assumption, but it's an educated guess.
That's mad what you're saying right now about Foden. I can't lie.
Palmer in the City team, Cole Palmer cooks. If you'd have put Phil Foden in Chelsea's team last season, he would have looked like Sterling.
Oh, you're moving mad. Don't compare Sterling to Foden. That's where you've lost. You can't compare Sterling to Foden. You can't.
You're not listening to me, bro.
No, you're not listening. No. You don't realize what you just said. You shouldn't have even used Sterling, bro. You shouldn't have used Sterling. You shouldn't have used Sterling.
We'll keep it there, boys. We'll keep it there. Great round.
But it was an exception. The player that was apparently exceptional.
Imagine this, yeah. Imagine this.
Boys, the round's over.
In the 21-22 season, 21-22, Foden got 14 goals and 11 assists, bro. That's mad, you know.
But he wasn't the main man, and you know he wasn't.
Bro, this is last season was the first season Cole Palmer's ever been the main man.
Back to your corners, boys.
Quick question.
Back to your corners,
Cole Palmer's been the main man for 1 year.
But he's 4 years younger.
Back to your corners, boys. Back to your corners.
I'm just saying, bro. Just saying. I'm just saying.
Great fight.
I'm just saying. You can't say Sterling and Foden.
Great fight.
No. But Sterling went from the big club where he was performing.
Corners.
All right.
Corners. Great fight.
You can't compare Foden and bro. That's
keep it in the comments. You decide. Phil Foden or Cole Palmer. Let's get back to Alisson Becker, boys. Firstly, do you believe he stays for long term, considering he just signed Mama? Or do you think this is a battle cry from him basically saying, you may think you're going to force me out, but me nah go nowhere. Me nah go.
When was this interview done? Was it just recent you said this?
Recently. Face was baked.
Oh, okay.
He's got to grow back the beard. He's got to grow back the beard, man. He's got to grow back the beard.
And everyone can grow a beard still. It's just one of them things, bro.
You know what? I'll say this about Ali. I think he means what he says. I think he loves Liverpool. I think if it's up to him, he would maybe want to re-sign. And I think he is saying the right things. However, he's also not silly in terms of he knows we've signed a new goalkeeper. But, bro, I'll be honest. I think Alisson Becker's got no plans to go anywhere. I think the only way he leaves is if Liverpool sell him. And I don't see that happening. But one thing we kind of got to be worried about is having another situation on our hands with Kelleher and Ali again, where it could be Mamadou really and Ali again. Because Ali looks like he's digging his heels in and he's like saying, I ain't going nowhere, bro. Unless this person is way better than me, I ain't going nowhere.
Do you think, shout out to Aija, I believe that's how you pronounce it, Selassie. He wants a new contract. The club want the highest earners gone. Do you think that we've heard Virgil come out, we've heard Salah come out, we've heard Trent come out, now Alisson's come out. Is the club moving away from these high earners, clearing the wage bill a little bit, clearing the age of these three legends, not including Trent here, and going, we're going to move you on before it's too late? We're not going to do what we would do as fans. We're going to move you on a season early rather than a season too late. Do you think that's what it could be?
Maybe there could be a devious plan with FSG. We don't know. We're only going to really find out what. I think we'll get a clearer answer. Yeah, nah, bro, because that'll be a devious plan, bro. Like, I'll be real. We will have a clearer indication after next summer. If Virgil, Trent, and Salah all leave, we get the answer. And you want to know what? That's when I think, for the first time ever, there could actually be riots or protests, shall I say? I don't think Liverpool.
I don't think our fan base has got it in them.
No, bro, I'm gonna be real. You say that now, but I think something of that magnitude would actually, I think, tip it. If it was something like one of them, or maybe even two, I don't think so. But I think three. And when I say protests, I'm not talking. I don't know. I just see Liverpool fans losing their absolute rag, and rightly so. You can't lose three of your players like that, bro. You can't. And
I think it'll be justified by some of the fans. I'll be honest with you. They do it every season. They say every season we'll lose our minds if we only sign one player. No one lost their minds in the summer.
Bro, I'm gonna be real. If what I said happened, it'll be the worst summer in Liverpool's history.
Matt.
From as far as I can remember.
I say this with the greatest respect to you because I feel the exact same way. Our community and how we feel is a very small portion of the fan base. We have a good voice and we have fantastic people who watch.
I hear what you're saying.
We're a small voice, hence why we get so much hate.
That's true, but I also feel like it's what. No.
FSG do a lot of madness and there's been no repercussion.
No, bro, I hear what you're saying, but one
thing I will say, as a fan base. We're not, bro.
Hear what I'm gonna say though. One thing I'll say about every fan base normally gets attached to players. Some don't, but a lot of people do. People have favorite players, for example, like they just do naturally, right? If we're not talking about one, we're not talking about two, we're talking about three, potentially four, because Alisson Beck will make it four. If that were to happen, Cal, could you imagine the outrage? And maybe you're right. Maybe there will be no protest, but there'll be massive uproar, bro. That simply can't happen to a club of Liverpool stature.
Shall I tell you what happened? Because again, I'm on your side, Matt. I know
what you're saying. Yeah, I know you're man. I know you're just saying how you think it will play out if this were to happen.
Most of the fan base will justify and go, so we've seen Salah's best years and he was in a downward spiral, so we'll let him go on a free and we can't justify giving him that sort of money.
That's the only one. Oh yeah, go.
Virgil's getting older, you can't justify giving him a new contract on such big wages. And who's the other one? Trent's arrogant and he's not good enough defensively. We can get a right back. Real Madrid can have him. Remember I said it here.
If what you said happened,
we're loud as content creators, Matt. You see, I don't hear anything in the stands.
No, but I don't want to do that though, bro. You're right. I am a content creator, but I'm also a fan of the club, though. Like I love this club.
I hear no. Obviously,
but I know what you mean, though. What I'm gonna say though is that we love Liverpool as a whole. Everyone in the chat loves Liverpool. Within Liverpool, that involves the manager and the players. Where there's a big disparity is we don't love our owners. We love Liverpool Football Club. We're just really, really pissed off that we have owners that we can't stand.
We don't love our owners.
Yeah, we don't. There's some people, to be fair, do like them. Yeah, they do love the owners. I can't sit here as a Liverpool fan, not just as a content creator, but as a Liverpool fan, and think how people can justify all three. You can maybe justify one, maybe even two if you want to go there, but three, because even if you feel like you want to say, "Oh, Salah's not the same," you can't give Virgil a new contract. Trent is a Scouser. He's 25 years of age and he has his best years ahead of him. No Liverpool fan, I don't care if you don't like his attitude or whatever, no Liverpool fan should be sitting there thinking, I'm all right if this happens, you know. Because you want to know something? Van Dijk, yeah, we've seen the best of him. Salah, we've seen the best of him. Yeah, Trent is arrogant. Me personally, that just doesn't sit well with me whatsoever. And maybe I'm in a minority.
I'm not saying they'll be all right, but I don't think they'll be the uproar that we want.
Bro, I'm gonna be honest, yeah. This is where I think I would just. I don't even want to say it because it could happen. I'm gonna say I'll stop making content but this could potentially happen.
No, you.
If Liverpool were to lose all
You're
three
signed
players,
that Kop-Ish contract, bro.
no, but bro, I don't even know. But I'll be real with you. I don't know where we go from there, bro. I'm gonna be honest. To lose all three players, we're not talking one or two or three. I don't know where we go from there, bro. I'm gonna be honest. No one can tell me.
I agree. I actually agree with Matt. Where do we go if we lose all three?
Bro, you've lost.
Even from a marketing point of view, Matt, like they're three of our most marketable players as well. So it's not even just about like a footballing thing. Like Trent is the young, good-looking guy. He's English. He's got all the talent of like a Brazilian or whatever you want to say. He's the Scouser in our team.
He's the face of Adidas next to Bellingham.
Salah is the biggest, like he's just the biggest thing on the planet apart from like Messi and Ronaldo in the football world, and then Mbappe maybe. Like he's just that guy. He's actually like the poster for the Muslim community, for the Arab community. Like he's everything. And then Van Dijk's the best centre back in the world. Like honestly, Cal, if we lose all three of them, I promise you, bro, it's not a good look, bro. It's not a good look.
No, not even good look. Can I just quickly, Cal, just quickly, not even a good look. It sets the club back how many years? I'll be honest with you. I'll say this, Cal, and this is to that person's point. If we let go of all three, the club basically saying we're resetting. We're actually resetting. Like we're just resetting, and we're now starting a new 5-6 year plan. I'm being genuinely honest with you.
So let me ask you, genuine question.
Go on.
If we lose all three, do you think there'll be uproar in the majority of the fan base?
Yes, there has to be.
100%.
There won't.
I think the only people who won't uproar are the top Reds, Cal. I think everybody else goes nuts.
The majority won't.
No, bro. Bob.
Nah, in the same summer, Cal. In the same summer.
They're not even just three Liverpool players. You know, they're three icons. They're actually three icons of the club. It's what the club is. They're the face of the club right now, like what you said. They are the face of the club. You do realize without those three, do you really think a Liverpool fan can sit there? I know. When I'm saying this isn't. I know you're not saying this.
You ain't got
saying you think there could be.
I've seen so much with this club. I've seen fans say so much. If FSG do this, or if we don't do this summer, if we don't do that, there's a waiting list for people to still go to games, to go there, not say anything about the owners, enjoy the game, and go back.
Cal, do you know what it is, bro? It's because we're so sick of having to moan about our owners and it taking away our love for the club that we've got to a point now where we just want to love our club and we're like tolerating it. But like nobody's happy with this, bro. And if they let them two go, if they let all three of those players go, Cal,
we're done.
I think even some of the top Reds will turn around and start saying, "So what's the plan here?
We're done.
Like,
we're actually done.
What's the plan here? Like what are we? And there's nobody in place. So say for example, we had Bradley was showing promise to actually be like the new Trent. Let's say it was De Chiesa before the knee injury, and let's say we went and we already had in the team somebody like I don't know who would you say is the best defender in the world outside of those lot?
Read Jamrot's comment, bro.
No, I'm not talking about even you be able to visibly see it. They'll be at home spewing and angry and having their conversations in the pub and being vexed about it and whatever. Just they don't have to be loud and in your face on YouTube talking about it. I'm talking about just in their own space, in their own mind, when they're going to bed and they're thinking about Liverpool. Whatever it is, they're going to be livid. They are not going to be okay with it. They're not going to be okay with it.
But what's going to happen, Drift? What's going to happen?
Massive uproar.
Yeah, we might not protest and riot and stuff, but like no one's gonna be happy, bro.
No, but my point is that's what I'm saying. What does an uproar look like, bro? What does an uproar look like?
All right, put it like this, yeah. I don't know whether the protest thing will be 50-50 because that's when I think it'll be breaking point. Because I do think like what you're saying, top Reds, fair enough to them. Even they might look at it and go, you know, I used to understand FSG's plan, but I don't see it because they'll be thinking to themselves, yeah, I understand Salah and Van Dijk will get it on and they're getting older. However, Van Dijk is still the best defender in the world. He's still the best. Salah may be slightly different, like you see the decline a bit more so maybe than Van Dijk. And Trent is supposed to take us forward. How are we supposed to justify this? Oh, I know. What, FSG is just going to go and buy players that are obviously younger than those two, obviously than Salah and Van Dijk. And we just start again. Bro, Van Dijk is the captain. Trent is the vice captain. Salah is almost on a level where you look at him and go, this man can talk to Gerrard, bro. Let's keep it a buck. That is how big Salah is. If Liverpool were to let all three of those players go...
Don't say that again, please, Matt.
No, I'm going to say it again. You might not like it, but it's the truth. Salah can talk to Gerrard. I'm not saying he's better. I'm saying he can talk to him. He can definitely talk to him. You can't disrespect Salah like that, bro. Salah's been doing this for how long? Salah gets disrespected way too much, you know.
I've already had an argument with that today, because I'm not getting involved.
I'm not saying he's better than Gerrard, but Salah can definitely talk at the table with the greatest, bro. 100%.
I just don't think you needed to mention Gerrard's name.
No, I need to mention it because I need to remind people who Salah is, bro.
We knew who Salah. Okay.
No, cool. I don't. No, I don't think you knew the way how you responded, and I don't like it, bro.
I don't think you know who you're talking about, Matthew.
Hold on a minute. All right, Drift. You know what? Drift, me and you, it's calm. It's calm, Drift. It's calm. Spot me, bro. It's calm.
Oh.
It's calm.
Hold on, but is this a conspiracy against Cal? Because I don't want to be involved.
No, Drift. It's calm. We're going to spot, yeah? Cool. Me and Drift.
So did you not speak about this offline as well?
No. I'm going to speak
to you. I don't know what's going on right now.
I'm going to speak to you, Mr. Callum Sanderson. Yeah? All right.
Should I leave the stage for a minute?
No. Stay here, bro. Stay here.
Why don't you think Salah can talk to Gerrard and them? Like Kenny Dalglish and them. Just on a serious note, though. Like, all jokes aside, why do you think you can't speak to them?
Because Gerrard is the best player to play for Liverpool Football Club. Salah's not.
Why? No. Why again can't Salah talk to Gerrard?
Because Steven George Gerrard is the best player to play for Liverpool Football Club in our history.
Okay. If I'm going to be the ref,
I'm going to do this. No, Jeff. I'm going to have to take off my gloves. Let me take off my gloves. Yeah. All right, cool. Say less. Yeah, because Kyle didn't want to do this. But I'm going to do. No, Jeff. Wait. I have to do this. I'm going to do this. Gerrard is the best. I never said he's not the best. Salah can talk to him. Do you want to know why Salah can talk to him? Salah's longevity is out of this world. Salah's records are out of this world. Salah is on the verge right now of catching Thierry Henry in terms of goals and assists. Salah has won a Premier League, something Gerrard wasn't even able to do. And it's not
Whoa.
Yeah?
Whoa.
But listen to what I'm saying.
Whoa. No.
Don't get emotional. Don't get emotional. Hear the facts.
Over the line.
Don't get emotional. Hear the facts.
You stepped over the line.
Don't get emotional. Hear the facts. You're rattled.
Over the line.
You're rattled. Hear what I'm going to say to you.
All right.
I never once said he's better.
Remember, I got my response anyway. When you're ready.
Hear what I'm saying. I never once said he was better. But he's done something that Gerrard wasn't able to do. They both won the Champions League, bro. So I fully get that. And we know what Gerrard's Champions League campaign compared to Salah's. Gerrard was just Gerrard, didn't it? But what I'm saying is this, though, bro. We can't stop discrediting Salah and saying Salah can't talk to their man, yeah? Bro, Salah has done everything, bro. And what's so mad is, and this is me having this is not me having a go at you now, Cal. This is me being dead serious now. All that stuff a joke, but here's this though, Cal. The reason why I think even rivals discredit Salah is because we don't propel him enough ourselves. Do you know that? I'm being genuine when I say this now. This is all jokes aside. I feel that, you see, when we talk about the best players ever to play for clubs, bro, Salah doesn't get a mention like that. And it's kind of unfair, bro. Why doesn't he? Is it because we feel like we are protecting like Dalglish, we're protecting Aldridge, we're protecting Ian Rush, we're protecting Gerrard? Like, bro, because Salah's the new and the now, it's hard to kind of accept. But when Salah eventually does leave Liverpool, and this might be his last year, we need to have these conversations, bro. I've never once said because he's better. I've never once said that. That's one thing I will say. I've never said he's better. But we can't stop discrediting Salah like he can't talk to these men, bro. And it kind of like, it actually jars me. Not you, Cal. The rivals jar me when they say things like, look at the way he is now, and he's just a goal scoring machine. Well, bro, yes, he's a goal scoring machine, and he's a right wing forward, and he's been doing it. He was supposed to be a 1-season wonder. 6 years later, he's still doing it, bro. At the highest level, he's still considered arguably the best right winger. Maybe not in form right now, but he's still considered the best right winger in world football. Do you get what I'm trying to say, bro? And the thing is, I kind of feel like he will never really get into these conversations unless us as Liverpool fans actually propel him ourselves, bro. We've done it for Gerrard. We've done it for all the other players that we've done. Well, why don't we do it for Salah? That's me being genuine. All jokes aside, why don't we do that, bro? You answer me that question, bro.
You wobbled me, but I've got a good chin. Said a lot there. Never once downplayed Salah's achievements. I just said stay in lanes. You're weaving, bro. And the cat's eyes are making noises under the tires, bro. Yeah? First things first. You speak about Salah winning the Prem and Gerrard never. Steven George Gerrard, in every single final he played, scored a goal. And Mohamed Salah say the same thing? No. Even George Gerrard, you want to talk about longevity? From the age of 20, was batting up, not just for Liverpool, but for England as well. Up until when? Maybe 33, 34 years old. When even in his bad season in 13-14, when Brendan Rodgers had him being the only midfielder defending, because Brendan Rodgers wanted to do total football without defending, was still our top assist maker and top goal scorer midfielder at 34 years old. Gerrard was the most selfless player we've ever had in the history of our club. I'm sorry, what's that? What do we usually call Salah sometimes? The other S word, opposite to selfless, right? Steven Gerrard played how many positions for Liverpool Football Club? Captained Liverpool through our worst periods. So I'll ask you the question, Matt. If you put Gerrard in the team that Salah's played in, and you put Salah in the teams that Gerrard played in, what would we say then?
I feel like he didn't listen to a word I just said. Honestly, he didn't.
Can you answer my question, please, sir?
You didn't listen to anything I just said.
Can you answer my question, please, sir?
Again, you're trying to big up his achievements to what Salah hasn't done, saying basically trying to say, obviously, Gerrard, he's not selfish and Salah is or whatever.
I never called him selfish. I just said what the fans say.
Again, I can't believe doing it for one of our own players.
I'm just asking to answer the question.
You should really be saying, do you know what, Matt?
Haven't answered the question.
And again, Salah is not the best.
Ref.
You can definitely talk to them. No, wait. I'll get onto your question. I can get onto that. I'll get onto that. Wait. I'll get onto
we do need an answer. We do need
I'll get
an
onto
answer.
that. No, I'll get onto that. Here's what I'm going to say, though. Out of all the times you want to talk about being selfish, yeah? And I don't want to do it. In fact, if I say this, yeah, I'm going to open up a big can of worms, right? And I don't want to have to do it.
Ref.
Gerrard
Time
is
wasted,
great. No one's saying that, yeah? But Salah has never asked for a transfer, has he? Has he?
That we know of.
Has he?
Oh, bro.
Has he? Just out of interest.
Why did Gerrard ask for the transfer?
Time out. We're starting on our own players.
Just out of interest.
Why did
Talk about
Gerrard-
selfish.
Why did
Wait.
Gerrard-
Let me land now.
Why did you ask for the transfer?
When the chips were hot, our best ever player, and he's still our best ever player, but I can still talk about him factually. He's still the greatest. However, there was a point in time when he wanted to leave.
Why did he want it?
Salah, if I'm not mistaken, has always begged the club to stay. Do you want to know why that is? Can I tell you why?
Let me get the book. Where's the book?
Let me tell you why that is. I'm gonna
have to read to you on screen.
No, you don't need to read anything.
Comprehension
Gerrard,
time.
bro, Gerrard's got a
Circle
book.
time. Is this what we want?
Gerrard's got a book. He's retired from football. Salah hasn't, yeah. And I'll say this, yeah. And
We
again,
haven't heard an
people are
answer
not
to the
gonna
question.
like what I'm gonna say in it. People ain't gonna like it. Again, I can still sit here and be objective.
Ref, can we get an answer to the question?
Gerrard is the greatest, but are we gonna actually lie about facts? Cal, you talk about facts, right? You got the best memory out of all of us three.
I know. We're gonna need an answer. We are gonna need an answer.
What's the question, Drift? What's the question?
Can't even remember. Look at it. Can't remember.
No, because I actually, bro, you're disrespecting Salah way too much. What's the question? Sorry, what's the question? I don't even know. What's the question? I wanted to actually big up Salah.
All right, Cal.
I never wanted to downplay Gerrard when I was talking about Salah. I was just talking about Salah.
If you take Salah out of the team that he's been in and place Gerrard in that team, and you place Salah in the teams that Gerrard was playing for, does Salah win all those trophies still?
Maybe not, because positions wise it's going to be a bit techie, isn't it? Because
That's
we
all I
need
need.
more of a Gerrard in his team than we do a Salah. So
All I needed.
but that doesn't mean anything, though. That just means which player suits which team, innit, and where they play in that team.
Hey, that's all I needed.
That's all I'm going to say. You still haven't answered the question, though. Did Gerrard ask for a transfer, though? Even though he's the best ever
I
Liverpool
asked the
player.
question, yeah, and I said, why did he ask for one?
I don't
Oh,
know.
we
I'm
don't
asking.
need
I'm asking you.
Well, he asked for one because he wasn't being given the terms or anything from the owners who promised him and broke promises.
You do realize Gerrard was
We can do this if you want, Matt.
he admitted it.
Do this if you want.
Real Madrid have tried to speak to him. Man United have spoken to him. But when Mourinho came to him, who's actually one of our worst rivals in history of
Really
Liverpool.
doing this?
No, I'm just asking a question. I'm just asking.
Okay.
Remember, the people are going to hate me because I'm actually telling facts. I'm not glossing. I'm just telling facts. I'm not even lying. I'm actually
Let
telling
me do
facts.
this.
I'm just telling facts, bro. That's what I'm doing.
2013.
Wait there. When I say facts, I'm going to say
Where did
this as well.
Salah end up? Where did Salah end up? 2013-14.
Again, you're going to get in the defensive because you didn't even let me allow to cook, bro. Let me cook.
Didn't he actually go to Chelsea instead of Liverpool?
Was that sorry?
Didn't he actually go to Chelsea instead of Liverpool, Mohamed Salah?
Liverpool didn't even pay the money that he was after, just like how we did it for Dani Alves, just like how we did it for Samal, just how we didn't do for a lot of players.
Liverpool bid.
I'm sorry, what? What are we doing here?
Chelsea. He could have said no to Chelsea, but he chose
The same
to
thing
go-
happened to Samal. The same thing happened to many players. If Liverpool don't pay the fee for Dani Alves, for example, why would the player go to a team if the team's not going to agree terms?
Did he go to
What's
Chelsea?
Salah supposed to do? Pay out of his own pocket?
Did he go to Chelsea?
Come on, bro.
I'm
Gerrard
asking.
is up. Here's the thing, Drift.
Did he go to
You're the
Chelsea?
referee. Have I ever once said Gerrard is not the best player? Yes or no, Drift? Facts. What have I said, bro? Fact, the whole time I've spoken.
Ref, did
So,
Salah
so
go to
what?
Chelsea?
So how did we end up so far down the line in terms of the argument? Then, because
Bro.
we both will agree Gerrard is
I
the best.
I
right?
asked Matt to
Thank
pay
you,
some
bro.
respect to our legend, our best ever player.
No, you're not
and he decided
respecting
not
the
to respect
icon
him,
that's
man.
at the club. No, Johnny is Drift. Cal has Gerrard on such a pedestal that he won't even accept anyone getting near to him. And that's what I was saying. Because my prime,
not true.
let me
That's
land.
not
No. Cal, you got the
That's
best
not
memory.
true.
Cal, you got the best memory. What did I
That's
say?
true, though. That's
Cal, what
that's
did I
not
say?
true.
Cal,
Kenny
what did I
Dodd
say?
needs-
What
Kenny
did I
Dodd
say?
needs to go out
I
of that
said
club.
he can talk to Gerrard. Did I not say he could talk to all the bigs at the table? Did I say that? Yes or no? Or am I
He can
lying?
be at the- No, he can be at the table, but he can't talk to him. Can't talk to
Bro,
him.
bro,
He's the greatest.
bro. I
He's the
said,
greatest.
when I said, again, I'll repeat
He's the
myself.
greatest, man.
Again, I literally said, Salah can talk to them man at the table. People don't want to, people don't like it. So, all right, let me ask you
No,
this
you
question.
know what? He can talk. He can talk.
Thank you, ref.
Wow.
Thank you.
Wow.
He can talk. He
Thank you.
Oh, so Vince McMahon's the ref, and I'm stone cold now. Okay.
No. Do you know what this is, Carl? This is when you have apple juice with your donut, fam. This is what happens. Cold drinks.
Wow.
This is what happens,
wow.
bro.
But you want to
Yes,
know
he
what?
can
Yeah,
talk to
I'll answer your question, Cal. Yeah.
Come on,
and it obviously like it's over now. We don't. It was exhibition. There's no winner.
You said what you said.
You see your question about
I do.
if you swap them over, there's a few scenarios where I think if you swap them over, it would still be great. Like for example, if you was to put Salah in Brendan Rodgers' 13-14 season, we win the league.
Without Gerrard.
Yeah, because that season, I think you could have got somebody who was actually more defensive minded to play in the DM pivot.
Gerrard was the quarterback and creating that season. What we doing?
Yeah, he was, but no. I'm not discrediting what he was doing. What I'm saying to you is though, bro, if you've got a Sturridge, Suarez, and Salah front three with a young Sterling on the bench, and Coutinho playing in the number 10, bro, are you telling me that wouldn't cook?
I never said it wouldn't, but without Gerrard, no, we don't win the league. Who goes?
But I don't know why we're taking. I don't know why we're. Ain't we just trying to say if you was to add that person to that team, what would that team be capable of?
Man out of the team and swapping. You're swapping.
Cal, quick question.
So you think if you'd have took Salah out of the team, sorry, Matt, so if you'd have took Salah out of the team that won the Champions League and the Premier League and put Gerrard in, bro, I don't know, you know, Salah was so good those 2 seasons. Even though Gerrard would have been amazing, how do we cope without Salah on the right wing in them 2 seasons,
bro? Like his first season. One thing I was gonna ask you,
we didn't win anything that season, though, Matt.
No, we won the Champions League, bro.
No, we didn't. 17-18, he broke the records. We talk about 8. You just mentioned 18-19.
No, 17-18, we didn't win anything. I'm not talking about winning. Bro, no, that's like me.
He just said we talk about.
No, I'm not talking about what you said. No, I'm not talking about what you said. What I'm saying is the impact he had. Yeah. What I was gonna say is this though. Where do you rank Salah right now? Because I'll be real. It's like Liverpool fans don't want to accept the fact that Salah is probably arguably in top 5, bro.
It's obvious, easily in top 5.
So wait there. Wait there. So wait. Let me land.
Wait, let me ask the question.
Wait there.
All right. Wait. I've got a perfect rebuttal. So is he in both of your top 5s? He's in both of your top 5s, yeah? All I want to know is he in both of your top 5s?
Salah's in Liverpool's top 5, yeah.
Salah's in top.
All right, cool.
I've got
a question when you're done. That's cool. That's all I'm asking.
He's in top 5, yeah? You know, if Salah wins, say Salah wins another Prem or a Champions League, where does he rank then? In your opinion?
Then he's top 3.
So you don't think he's top 3 right now? Who would be your top 3? I'm guessing Dalglish, Gerrard, and then who would be
either Barnes or Fowler?
I can't lie, Cal. In this conversation, Fowler can't talk to Salah.
Cool, man. What are we doing tonight?
No.
I didn't want to say it, Drift. Drift, I'm glad you said it, because if I say it, people say I'm going mad.
Okay.
Fowler's the best natural finisher we've ever had, but bro,
he can't talk to Salah in the conversation of top 5. He can't.
Then? What about Rush?
No, Rush is above Salah in the top 5.
Probably Rush. I think Salah's probably.
I think it's Rush, Barnes, Gerrard, Dalglish. If they're the only people I think you can put above Salah. Barnes, Rush, Gerrard, and Kenny. I think they're only one.
I can see it in his eyes. Oh, Drift, we got him. I can see it in his eyes.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm living with both of you.
No, but Carl, here's what we're trying to say. When I said
I want to ask you both a question. Who is a better player for Liverpool, in your opinion, Salah or Mane?
Oh my days! I think it's Salah.
Now, just biting his lip.
How's it techie? Not techie for me.
He's biting his lip like I said.
You're just doing that to play on Drifty's emotions.
What is your answer, Drift?
Drift the referee. Drift, you don't even need to answer that.
He went the referee when he said.
Nah, Drift, don't answer that, bro.
Nah, Drift, speak up, big man.
No, I'll answer it. I'll answer it.
Mane, that's the problem, innit?
Mane's the better player. Salah has the better Liverpool legacy. That's my
answer. Your question, Drift. Sorry, Cal.
Matt, could you answer the question, please?
I said Salah. I didn't hesitate.
Okay, so Drift, if he's top 5, but you think Mane is a better player, isn't that a little bit?
Because Mane left and Salah's continued the legacy, he's had more time. Okay. And I believe Salah will win one more big trophy, which also is going to put him above Mane because obviously he'll have more trophies.
I love Mane. Mane's a Liverpool legend. But their legacies, like, I'll be real. Look at where they are right now. Mane's
a better player.
I just didn't think you'd go against your favorite Liverpool player, Drift. Don't
let him wind you up, Drift. He's doing that now because he's lost the argument. That's what he's doing. He's trying to go on your emotions now.
I'm in full wind up mode.
He's trying to go on your emotions.
You don't push me to the end. I'm in full wind.
He tries to pull on the heartstrings there, isn't it? Proper.
I saw the look in his face when he said Mane and Salah. No, but Sal, all jokes aside, yeah. Do you not think there's actually a genuine debate about how we rate Salah, and maybe that's the reason why rival fans don't rate him.
But look,
See, like when we say Prem all full time.
I've been quite clear on here saying Salah's my favorite current Liverpool player. I've said that quite a lot. But I think there's also got to be consistency. You've got to look at what a player's achieved and what they've had to do to achieve those achievements. Salah has been phenomenal, hence why he's in my top 5.
Yeah.
But when you say you can talk to Gerrard, it's like saying Messi's the best. I don't think Zidane talks to Messi, even though Zidane's phenomenal. He doesn't talk to Messi like that. That's what I'm saying about Salah and Gerrard. You don't talk to Gerrard yet. You're there. You're at the table. All respect. You don't talk to Gerrard yet. You just, in my opinion, you don't. In the same way, Zidane don't talk to Messi. Zidane's phenomenal. No one can sit here and say Zidane's not phenomenal. But Messi's the greatest, right?
No, that's true. No. But I don't think anyone's ever said Zidane could talk to Messi as much as we know Zidane one of the greatest players ever. I don't think there's ever been.
And again,
I don't think we've ever made that debate though.
Astro, you know it's all love. But you see when we say talk to him about the achievements,
yeah,
bruv, everything Salah's won, Adrian's won as well. Is Adrian a better goalkeeper than Reina, for example? No. So you got to go to a. You've got to go to a point.
Carl, I can kind of define that.
Hear me out, Matt. Hear me out. You've got to go to a point when it comes to achievements. Have to just take a back step sometime, because there's only one trophy that Gerrard hasn't won that Salah has, and the reason we didn't win that trophy is not Gerrard's fault.
Involvement, though, Carl.
Now, hear me out, Matt. The time that Gerrard was at Liverpool, there is not more he could have done to win a Premier League trophy. We needed better players around him. We heard Rafa Benitez come out and say he was given a £17 million budget.
No, I know. That stuff was insane.
Hear me out as well. If we're going to do accolades and achievements, let's talk about individual accolades and achievements. If I'm not mistaken, Gerrard's been in the Champions League or the European team more times than any other Liverpool player.
Bro, don't do that. Don't do that. Do you want to know why?
Hold on.
No. This isn't against Gerrard. This is more about how the general consensus don't see Salah. I'll be real with you. The reason I said it is because Salah has been one of the best players in the world since he literally stepped foot in the Premier League, and he will never get the same accolades as other players, bro. For whatever reason, he won't. That's not me downplaying other people's. It's just me saying just strictly about him. There is a general consensus that Salah does not get the accolades that he deserves in world football, bro. I'm going to be honest with you. In my opinion. The same thing, quickly. The same thing.
Every final, Gerrard scored in that
bro, same thing about Alisson Becker. Someone said it the other day, bro, Alisson Becker's been the best goalkeeper in the world probably for the last how many years? And I don't think he was even mentioned like in the Ballon d'Or conversation for goalkeepers. Like he hasn't, I think that someone said the other day. So that's why I say to you, bro, I'm going to be real. PR is real. Salah doesn't have the type of PR that will get him them type of
Gerrard didn't really have that type of PR either, man. Let's be real.
Ooh, Cal, his PR was a lot heavier than Salah's, bro.
I don't think it was.
He might. What it is, he was in the same PR thing as like Beckham and whatever. But bro, Salah's
we weren't treated like them, man.
No, you got a point, but bro, again, someone said Salah doesn't have PR. No, I'm not saying Salah doesn't have PR. But Salah's PR is not on the same level as other people's, where he gets discredited way too much. For me, anyway. I don't know.
Anyway, let's uplift both of them. And you know what? I think sometimes we do forget that. We know when we're talking about Liverpool greatest, we miss out a few players because I think our mind does kind of think a lot about the glory. If you think about people like Souness, Hansen, Gerrard, Clements, Alisson, some of these men have to be involved when you're talking top five, you know.
Of course.
Like I think we can't help but go to the glory. You see players like Graham Souness. We had a Graham Souness in the team right now. Like it was just Hansen. Hansen was a ball playing centre back when Manham didn't even know about ball playing centre back.
Hansen would survive, Souness wouldn't survive in this day and age of football.
Well, because he'll keep getting sent off all the time.
Get sent off every 6 minutes into a game.
No, but I think he's intelligent enough that he would have been able to rein his game.
You know, Imran, look at Imran's comment. I don't know if we can put that up, but look at Imran's comment about.
Yeah, no, it's real, bro. He would.
No, Souness was a mad man.
We see players do that and get a little tap, and they're falling on the floor holding their face, you think Souness will grab a man and give him a reason to roll around?
Do you know
Souness
what?
don't play like that.
I just thought something. Gerrard, obviously, in all of our opinions, is the best midfielder Premier League history. Yeah.
Yeah.
Salah's the best right winger.
That's what that's
easily. So I'm saying, I'm here to back
that's
Salah.
Why. But no,
Don't
but that's
the other guy.
No, but that's why the conversation is getting techier for people like you, Cal. Salah is knocking on the door, you know.
Bro, I walked away from this, you know. I thought the beef was done. But...
No. I'm just saying, though, he's knocking on the door, bro.
I thought the beef was done, but you still, but you're still screaming out the car saying, "What is it,
bro?
Bro,
I'm just saying.
Hey,
I'm
done,
just saying. But Salah, bro, I don't know, man. People, listen. I know people are gonna take this the wrong way and say that I've disrespected Gerrard. I haven't. I love Gerrard. He is the best Liverpool player. He's my favorite Liverpool player of all time. What I don't want us to do, though, as Liverpool fans, though, is just not give Salah the credit that he deserves, man. Like, I genuinely feel like this brother has been. I think he surpassed everyone's expectations as well. I think, in my opinion, he surpassed everyone's expectations. And I genuinely feel like when he does leave, whether it's this year or whatever, he will go down as one of Liverpool's greats, man. Trust me, he will, in my opinion. And I think he deserves to, man. I just think Salah...
He's already top 5. He's already top 5.
I think when Salah leaves, there's going to be a lot of people that are going to have that you didn't know what you had till it's gone kind of situation.
Absolutely.
I dread when Salah leaves. I'm not going to lie.
Same. I unfortunately.
All he's supposed to do is get it back up so he doesn't actually have to get rinsed out. That's all. Chiesa is supposed to be the key to unlocking another 3 or 4 years of Salah creating and scoring 30 odd goals every season.
I've got a little memory video I'm going to do on Salah.
And do you remember when I told you a lot about moving Salah centrally?
I think Salah's a solution for other situations in the team.
I'm just saying, during the summer, I said to a few people, Salah moving centrally is the key to unlocking the last phase of his career.
Oh, no, I'm going a step further than that.
Oh, okay. But we've got a number 10 role right now that if Chiesa starts cooking on the right, that number 10 situation right now, Salah is just ready to be.
Is that a good segue to the next?
We'll talk about that another time.
Is that the segue?
We're still not cool though, Matt, but cool. We're still not cool. You're my brother, but we're not cool, innit? Like, we'll cook on different stoves and that. And I'll make you a plate, but it ain't gonna be with love, innit?
Yeah, but if you're beefing me, listen. If you're beefing me, then you got to be beefing Drifter because Drifter agreed with me.
Everybody now, anyone who said anything opposite to me, I'm beefing, bro.
But again, no, we've never both once said he's better than Gerrard because he's not better than Gerrard. But what it is that he's knocking on the door, bro. It's getting mad right now. You know, one of them ones where it's like, bro, I know you're inside. You know, you better come outside. But no one's opened the door yet.
See,
it's one of them ones, Cal.
Even the way you just phrased that, I don't like it, bro.
Oh my days! What else am I supposed to say, bro?
You just said, "I'm outside. What you want?" But that's beef talk.
no, but Gerrard could be sleeping. He might not hear his door.
Nah, Salah meant to be knocking. Salah meant to be ringing the doorbell and saying, "Can I have a word, please, bro?" That's what he's meant to be saying. Not, brother, I'm outside. What are you saying? Like, no.
No, but I'll be real though. All jokes aside, if Salah wins another Prem or Champions League, I think the gap gets even smaller in my opinion. And you're right, maybe Salah enters, I guess, like top 3, like I guess in it because it
also depends how much he contributes to those as well.
Yeah, no, because that's why I said contribution when you said what's his name, the goalkeeper, Adrian
Reina, yeah.
And Reina, yeah. So I understand your point because you can just look at trophies, which some people do. But at the same time, you got to look at the contribution to what they.
I'll say a whole statement to finish this off because that was a good fight, lads. Well done. That was enjoyable.
I've been in 2 fights today and no one's knocked me out.
Yeah! Imagine scrapping everyone, bro.
But I think today. I'm not going to lie, fam.
What I'll say and then I'm ready. I think if Salah wins another Premier League and another Champions League, by the grace of God, before he leaves Liverpool, I think he's the best player to ever play in the Premier League, legacy-wise. Point blank, period. One more Premier League and one more Champions League, on top of all the accolades, the goal scoring, he held the top goal scoring thing for such a long time and all that stuff, then I don't think anybody can talk to him from a legacy point of view.
Do you know what you've just done, bro?
How'd you like me now?
No, do you know what you've just
How'd
done?
you like me now?
You basically said the fight's gone, and as you're walking back to the corner, you've gone, I think he said something about your mum, you know, bro. You're going to have that. Brother, what?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Because if right now we're hailing Henry as the guy with the biggest legacy in the Premier League, Salah surpasses that if he has 2 Champions Leagues.
Without Rooney, with how many Premier League trophies?
Rooney's right up there as well.
What?
But
Do you know
but
how many
I'm gonna go with the players.
Do you know what, though? I will say this, though, to just point. There's a lot of people that have, and not us, by the way, like Cristiano Ronaldo is like when they say like Premier League legends, like because he's a legend, he's in there, but they rate him higher than I think he should be. And what's so mad is Salah's already surpassed Cristiano's legacy. That's not even a debate for me.
Premiership legacy, Premier League.
Yeah,
legacy.
Premiership. Not this,
Yeah,
like I said,
bro.
Prem legacy, like Prem, like not world legacy, but Prem. That's why it gets techie, bro. I may not as go as far. You know what I will say though, to this point? Yeah, it gets techie if Salah does do that. If he wins another Prem and a Champions League, it gets mad techie.
Because by that time, he had more goals than Henry as well.
God willing, we see that so we can have that argument.
100%, bro. Do you know what? We need it to happen so we can have these amazing debates, bro. Because I can't lie. Because I don't think no one's wrong in what they're saying.
I think you've done a lot this evening, no Drift. I can't lie.
That's fine. I'm gonna back my boy. If Henry has the biggest Premier League legacy right now, and Salah gets 2 Champions Leagues and 2 Premier Leagues to just Henry's 3 Premier Leagues, I don't understand how Henry's legacy can be bigger than Salah's. I don't.
Okay.
I'm taking 2 Champions Leagues and 2 Premier Leagues over 3 Premier Leagues and no European trophies. Personally.
I'll be real. Arsenal fans really need Henry to kind of hold on to this legacy because you know what's so mad? They're so vexed that Luis Suarez went and done what he done at Barca and has eclipsed him. They need to hold on to this Prem thing. I'm gonna be honest with you. Because Cal, quick question: who's had the better legacy, Suarez or Henry? And as much as I hate Suarez,
in football history,
yeah,
Suarez is above.
Arsenal needed that because that's their greatest ever player. Do you get what I'm saying? They need that, bro. They need that more than anything, more than you can believe. They need that, bro.
I don't like backing Arsenal players, but I think you forget what Henry was. You know.
No.
Not you, man. Not you.
No, that's when you're talking about play. You're talking about ability. We're talking about legacy. Legacy and the same thing. Salah's not as good as Henry as a player, but legacy, bro. We're talking about goals scored and things won. If Salah takes over Henry on both, then how can his legacy be higher? I don't like. Do you get what I mean? I don't understand how it can be higher. That's just. Oh, did Henry only win 2 Prems? That means if Salah gets another one, he's equal on Prems, but he'll have Champions League to back it up, and he'll have more goals. How can the legacy?
What they will say is, and this is where the argument gets taken again. They will just keep saying Henry was the better player, but then you can say he's the better player, but then you can also say Salah, okay, may not be as great, but his titles speak for themselves, innit? It's not like Salah. And again, people speak like, again, Henry is probably the greatest like natural player that's been in the Premier League. I don't think like ability-wise you can really say anything about Henry. If you're saying ability, there's no debate there, in my opinion.
And remember, this is Premier League legacy, because I know a lot of people are saying Henry's things that he won in other clubs. They're talking about Premier League.
Bro, someone just said something which is so unfair. Like, come on, bro. Henry has a World Cup when he plays for freaking France, bro.
and that's nothing to do with the Premier League. That's what I'm saying.
We got to talk about. Come on, we can't talk about World Cup.
That's what I also said about Gerrard and Salah. Like, it's cool.
Say that again, sorry.
No, that's why I said it was also a bit unfair to compare Salah winning the Premier League to Gerrard winning the Premier League. But it's cool. It's cool. We move.
What? But they're both domestic, though. I don't understand what you mean.
No, because one was clearly in a better team than the other.
Oh my! No.
Liverpool under Gerrard were never favourites to win the league.
You moved the goalpost. That's crazy, even for me.
How's that crazy?
Because, bro, they're both in a domestic league. They're not one's in a World Cup or Euros. They're both playing in the same competition. And here's what I'm gonna say. I know what you're saying because Gerrard. If I'm being honest, Gerrard did play in a inferior team at one. In fact, for a while. Other than that kind of like 2-year period, maybe I would say, when they had the Mascherano, Alonso, the Torres thing. That's when I kind of say like, yeah, Gerrard had the man them finally. Even I know that because he's playing with scrubs, isn't it? But it's almost like you're saying you're not discrediting, but you're basically saying like, oh, because Salah didn't play in a worse team, like that's unfair. It's like, bro, but Salah can only do what he can do, innit?
No, I'm just saying.
You know that phrase when they say you can only beat what's in front of you.
It wasn't fair to compare him winning the Premier League and Gerrard not winning.
But you can only beat what's in front of you. Pause.
No, I get, but that's what I'm saying. I thought that comment was unfair. That's all.
Fair enough.
Speaking of one number 8 to another, though.
Oh, no, you went there.
Yeah, this is a great way to finish the show. Yeah, let's do this.
Dominic Szoboszlai, boys.
Yeah.
What do we do? Because he's being criticised, and rightly so. Do I think some of the criticism's overboard? Yes. But he's also not helping himself at all. Is it a thing where he's not a number 10 in a slot system? And if he's not a number 10, is he a player we may have to look at the end of the season of moving on? Or do we find another place for him in the team? Because I have a little theory. I think he's better suited to playing on the pivot or playing on the left-hand side. The problem is he's not a starter in either of those positions.
All right, during this conversation, are we going to forget about money and just talk about the player?
Yeah, I think that's the...
Yeah, we could, if you want to. I don't mind.
If we're taking money out of the way, then it makes it a bit easier. I think Szoboszlai is going to just have to become what we would call a great option off the bench in whichever position we think he might be best suited to. I think his work ethic is unmatched in our squad right now. He's pretty much come in, and I think the only reason he gets the Henderson comparison is because Henderson was the one who had the most energy. When we go back and we think about that great team that we had, Henderson, maybe Milner, but Henderson that had the most energy. He was that guy who just never stopped running. And I think that's why Szoboszlai is getting compared to him right now. But Szoboszlai, taking out how much he cost, has to just become a great option off of the bench and so forth. I don't see enough from Szoboszlai in the time that he's been here to suggest that he has the in-game intelligence to be able to play in the roles that we're asking of him. Because I think your in-game intelligence gets kind of tested a lot when you're playing the way we played under Klopp and now the way we're playing under Slot. And he seems to be way too indecisive for me to believe he's got good in-game intelligence. Like, it can happen every now and again. I know low confidence can affect that, but I don't ever remember watching a game and thinking Szoboszlai's just always making the right decision. I watch people like McAllister, for example, and he's just always making the right. Obviously, he doesn't get everything right, but he's just always making the right decision. Do you get what I mean? And then I look at Szoboszlai and I'm like, he can't even figure out whether to pass or shoot. Like, that's worrying. That's worrying. And we're talking about multiple.
Hold that there, Drift, before you jump in, Matt. When we signed Szoboszlai, I remember the goal against Villa, running away from goal on his left foot on a half volley and smashes it in. His goal against Leicester, picks up the ball from an endo pass, doesn't even think about it, smashes it top corner. I remember when Nunes sets him up against, I believe it was
I'm going to say Burnley or Sheffield United, dinks it over, he takes a touch and then smashes it top corner. It's not like we haven't seen him have the capability of doing it. So with that being said, is it a case of confidence or nonchalance?
Cal, I think it's lack of game intelligence. I just think it's lack of game intelligence.
I feel it's a bit of nonchalance. Maybe a slight bit of confidence. I don't think he lacks game intelligence because he picks up the right positions. He gets into the right positions. His defensive work is excellent. He knows when to press and when not to press. The run he makes for the chance, hear me out. The run he makes for the chance where Robbo puts it on a plate, that's game intelligence. That's the number 10 taking the impetus and going, I'm going to run beyond the strike here because there's space. That was Lampard-esque in terms of the run and the decision making to do that. I think there's a nonchalance about his game where he almost believes that he's better than what he's showing. And he thinks, oh, well, I can just do it. I'm Szoboszlai. As opposed to actually thinking, no, I've got to approach this properly. Because I feel as though when he first started in Liverpool, it was, I've got to approach this properly. Whereas now, the way he's playing, it feels, yeah, I'm Szoboszlai, man. I'm Szoboszlai. I feel there's I don't want to use the word arrogance, but it does feel like there's a little bit of arrogance and nonchalance in the way he plays. Hence why we see the results. Like when the ball comes across to him in the Man United game, to think you can take a touch there, then dummy a defender before you score, I'm sorry, that's arrogant as F. Messi's not doing that. Messi's clapping that. Ronaldo's clapping that. R9's clapping that. Why do you need to take a touch? That's arrogance for me, as opposed to being crap or no game intelligence. That for me is, I'm feeling myself so much, I'm going to show the world that I can take a touch, dummy it, and then score a goal. Rather than just saying, oh, cool, ball's here, I'm just going to side foot it in.
But Cal, couldn't that be seen as lack of confidence though? Because players who take a touch or take more touches than they should, usually players who are lacking confidence and the feeling that we've all played ball, so we know having the ball is how you think you get your confidence back. Not keeping it simple. You know, sometimes we forget playing football. The simplest is actually the best a lot of the time. Do you get what I mean? Don't take 4 or 5 touches. Just get one touch, bang, pass it off, and then move into some space. But players like Jones, Szoboszlai, I think they're like, if I get on the ball more, I can do more, and then they just forget sometimes.
I think it's overconfidence drift. One set, Matt. Sorry, I'm going to tag you in it. I think it's overconfidence because if you're lacking confidence, you almost treat the ball like a hot potato. Curtis,
no, that depends if you've got tech. If you've got tech, then I don't think you do.
Curtis Jones, but it's what we accuse Curtis Jones of when he's feeling himself. Takes an extra couple of touches, gets nonchalant, gets tackled, and he switches back on again. I feel
no, Cal. I think the opposite. You know, I think when Jones is on it, that's when he just does triangles, rondos, 1-2s, progressive with the ball.
When he's on it.
I think when he's not well is when he hugs.
No, I said when he's feeling himself. When he's feeling himself, there's a difference between when he's feeling himself when he's on it. When Jones is feeling himself, Jones will take a couple extra touches.
No, but not in the same way that when he's low on confidence and he's like putting the team at risk, if you get what I mean. Because sometimes you can be on the ball for longer. We used to love watching Ronaldinho and Neymar get the ball and actually do something with it.
Those are two of the greatest players to ever live, bro.
No, what I'm saying is when you're I'm just using an extreme example of sometimes having more than one touch is a good thing. It's not always a bad thing to have more than one touch. Because sometimes we enjoy watching good players get on the ball. But I think with Jones, he takes too many touches when he's like insecure about what to do because he's low on confidence. I think when he's high on confidence, he's popping it about doing rondos and making good runs. I don't think he's just get the ball, holding on to it, not passing. I don't know. That's what I've seen from Jones over the last few years personally. But
Matt, sorry, we kept you waiting for a little while.
Yeah, no, with Szoboszlai, 3 things: lack of confidence. I think there's complacency in there as well, and lack of execution. Confidence in terms of, I think his confidence is kind of shattered, you know. I'll be real. You can tell from how he's playing.
So do you think he needs to be taken out of the firing line then, man?
Yeah, he overthinks too many things. And the reason why I'm even going to say, because some people say, how can he be confident and complacent? But the complacency is because I think he kind of feels like at the moment his defensive contributions are kind of masking everything else, which again, Slot will not fall for. Slot has already said it's all great you defending, but attacking wise, if you can't, if you ain't going to offer nothing, then there's going to be a problem. His lack of execution is a problem, but that also comes down to the confidence. Bro, I can't tell you the amount of times, and again, like he was one of the players that I was really excited to see like play for Liverpool. But this year in particular, I thought he would really make that step up. Maybe not the same much as Grav, but like I thought you'd make the step up. Bro, he's actually messing up our attacks. I can't believe I'm saying this, but there was a couple of times we was on a fast break, and Szoboszlai would make the wrong pass. Like wrong decision, the pass is under hit, like it's just not working. And what hurts us the most as Liverpool fans is that when you are the number 10, you want your number 10 to be creative and create problems, for the opposition. But he's actually creating more problems for us. He's actually becoming a headache. The only thing that he's got going for him is that he's got that endeavor. He will never give up. He'll always track back and he'll always put in a shift. But you want more from your number 10. If he was playing in the pivot role, you could maybe get away with that. But you now have to be decisive in the 10. When you are the 10, you need to have that decision-making and make that right pass, make that right decision. That's something that he's not doing. Do I think he's being cooked a bit too much? Maybe. But at the same time, I know Drift said we shouldn't really mention it, but price does kind of pay in this thing as well. Do you get what I'm saying, Drift? Like people will still look at the value. We pay £60 million for a player who basically is running around and he's not being decisive. However, one thing I will say is this though. I think he needs to be taken out the firing line. The problem is the perfect replacement would have been Harvey Elliott. Now, you got a Curtis Jones there, who again, as much as I think Jones could potentially do better, I still even have my thing about Jones holding on to the ball too much. I still think he does it even to this day. But I think he may be a bit more decisive in a weird way than Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai, I just think needs to be taken out the firing line, given maybe 2-3 games when he sits on the bench, and make to understand like, bro, we understand, that you are a good player, but you're not showing that right now, bro. You're just not. In the Klopp system, you can get away with it because you was an 8, so you had to do everything. In this 10 role, you're asked what Slot said. Remember what he said? We need more numbers. He goes, I want goals and assists. We will always commend you for tracking back, right? We will always commend that. But, bro, I'll be honest with you. If you wasn't tracking back as much, but you was able to get 10 goals in the Premier League, we'll be happy with that. We could live with that. We could actually live with that. Even if I actually feel like he runs a bit too much because he's trying to like compensate for what he's not doing, and that's becoming his issue. So what I was going to say, just quickly, what last thing I'm going to say is, one thing I will commend him for, shall I say that one thing, is that he does bring a bit of balance though, because out of all our midfielders, attackers, he's the quickest. And he's the most athletic out of all of them. This guy can cover ground in a split second. Even if he messes up his own pass, he'll be the first one back trying to get that ball back. And there'll be someone that's close to the ball. He will do that. And that's one thing I'm commending for, his defensive contributions. But the problem is, if you're the number 10, and I'm saying the best thing you're doing right now is your defensive contributions, that's a worry for me. As much as I really appreciate Szoboszlai, you need to do more, bro. And if you can't do more, then we need to have a conversation, bro, at the end of the summer, unfortunately. That's where I'm at.
So just piggyback off that just quick, Cal. So what Matt's saying in a nutshell is, if you're in the number 10, you have to be scary to the opposition. You have to be a threat. The other team have to look at you and find you as a key component to the opposition being able to dismantle you. When you go through the world, all the number 10s who are good number 10s, they are the ones who breathe the fear into the opposition. And Szoboszlai he's like, look at Odegaard, look at Foden, look at Palmer. they actually put fear in opposition. People are like, oh shit, we're playing against these players. We've got to have a plan. We've got to know how to like mark these guys out the game. Bernardo Silva, when he's playing in that 10, do you know what I mean? People are like, we've got to find a way to stop this guy. With Szoboszlai, he does carry the threat.
No, Matt.
Can I bait you up?
No.
I have to. I'm sorry.
No, you don't.
I'm sorry,
Matt,
bro.
please. For me, please. For me.
What did I miss?
I've seen a comment drift. Yeah.
No, it's all right. Matt,
The person not saying nothing bad. They don't be disrespectful.
Yeah, no,
But
nothing.
they say something so far from the truth, drift. Something that me and you, bro. You know what, drift? I won't even say nothing. I'm actually gonna allow it because I don't want to delay the show.
Yeah.
I know people's late, but I'm gonna be real, brother. If you actually watch this, I'm just gonna say this. Just gonna say one thing, brother. If you actually watch the show, you wouldn't have that opinion. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. To that person. And I don't know if he's trying to wind me up because now he's laughing. So maybe that I don't know, innit? Like it's one of the ones where it's like, you know, I'm gonna take a time out. No, I'm gonna take a time out, guys. Give me 1 minute. I actually need to go to the toilet though. I need to go to the toilet. I'm taking a time out.
2 questions I want to ask then.
Pick up that brother there because you want, yeah.
First question: Is Szoboszlai not a number 10 then for Liverpool Football Club? And if so, where does he play? Because for me,
go on.
Let's say Matt goes number 10. You've now got a vacant spot in the pivot position. In your opinion, and to everyone in the chat's opinion, do you think Szoboszlai walks into that pivot position or not?
No.
What's your reasons for no?
Even though he's got great athleticism and good running power and can defend relatively well in an 8 or in a 10, I don't think he has the defensive awareness to defend if he's playing in the DM role. I think he still thinks about going forward, and it could be a little exposing in the midfield. He's got the energy. I just don't think he's got the nous. I wouldn't want to see him playing in that role. I wouldn't. Like, if I'm being completely honest with you, you're going to think I'm crazy for saying this. If all he's good at is shooting, which is what it seems like at the moment, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm just trying to think of like what it is that I would actually say he's good at so far. You've almost just got to get him as close to goal as possible and just tell him to shoot. Otherwise, I don't see how he's effective. He's just a bench player, Cal. It's mad to say that about someone who, when he was at Leipzig, we could see such a talented footballer.
Yeah.
But in his time at Liverpool, I don't see anything more than a bench player.
So let me ask you.
And that's quite upsetting, to be honest.
Do we have an issue that 2 of our most expensive players, if I'm not mistaken, barring Virgil and Alisson, are 2 most expensive players in the squad in Darwin and Szoboszlai? Are we sitting there saying that we've got a conundrum in both? And if so, what do we do? Because it's not a good look.
But I think the solution is very easy. I think you invest in the squad, you buy players who can replace them, and then they become squad players. I don't think anybody could be unhappy with Núñez and Szoboszlai as squad players.
You're the first to say you can't have that sort of money sitting on the bench.
That's only because of who we are, Cav. We change our philosophy. That's not a problem.
So then I'm going to play devil's advocate. Do we not cash in now, try and recoup some of the money and get 2 players better suited to our system?
Yeah, but then we still don't have a great bench. Why not? I would prefer we invested in the first team and they became squad players.
Because then you still got Elliott as the backup and you still got Jota as the backup if we were to get a new striker and a new 10. But before anyone goes off, this isn't a Núñez segment. This is I'm just coupling them up at the moment.
Yeah, I can see the logic. I can see the logic in that. I'm not ignorant. I can see the logic in cashing in on both of them, trying to recoup as much as you can and replacing them. But I think you can have Elliott and Szoboszlai in the squad because they can technically play in different roles. So I think you could have both of them in the squad. I think you can have Jota and Nunes as cover and go and buy a Haaland or whatever. Because again, Jota especially can cover different roles, and
See,
that's how you.
I would have said that could potentially work without Chiesa. Since Chiesa's come, I don't think that right wing's now Chiesa and Salah. There ain't no space for Elliot over there anymore. He's just a 10 now, in my opinion. And
Yeah,
Elliot,
I do
Elliot
get what you
can't
mean.
play pivot. Elliot cannot play. I love Harvey Elliott. He can't play.
No, the way we play now is almost like Elliot asked if we can play that way. It's just waiting for him to be able to be fit and to be able to play in that role. Elliot's passing and Elliot's game intelligence is the best we have in our team to play the 10. Maybe a bar Salah. I think Salah could cook in that 10, but Elliot is just very good and waiting to play in that role.
Do you think Slots treated Elliot unfairly?
No, I think he just got injured, bro. I think by now we would have seen Elliot.
I'll be honest with you. I don't think Slots made a lot of mistakes. In fact, I don't think Slots made any mistakes apart from this one. I do think Elliot should have been our starting number 10 this season.
I see your logic.
I can understand why Slot did it because he wants a bit more physicality. And Elliot's not the most physical. And Dom's running power and what he does do for the team in other aspects is important as well. But from what I saw in pre-season, from what I saw Elliot do towards the end of last season, I genuinely believe that Elliot was given a short straw. And he didn't even barely get any minutes, if I'm not mistaken. He barely come off the bench or anything. He was fully fit. I think Elliot was kind of hard done by it, and then the injuries just compounded it.
Yeah, no, I hear you. But here's the thing that I think we have to make sure that we include so we're not being disingenuous to Dominic. When you look at the situation of Gravenberch and McAllister not being exactly the most mobile of midfielders. I know Gravenberch does have legs, but he hasn't got the type of legs that you would like Kante or anything like that. Do you get what I mean? I think
no one's Kante, bro.
No, but you get what I mean. You get what I mean. I think that Szoboszlai does kind of compensate and help in that way. And even though that's not what we want from our 10, let's not take away that he does do that when he plays. He drops down sometimes into a 3-man midfield and his legs compensate for, especially McAllister, the lack of legs that McAllister has. So if you put Elliot in there, when you've got the ball, it's all cooking all day. Without the ball, we might start being like, yo, we'll go get Szoboszlai back in here just for some legs.
All right. Let me play devil's advocate again. Are we doing all this running, or is Szoboszlai doing all this running because unfortunately his decision making, his touch, and all these things are not up to par? So he's having to chase things. Whereas if Elliot gets the ball, he kind of sticks. The attack get the ball usually when Elliot's got the ball and we're on the defense. We're onto their defense. Is there not a question there where we're doing this because Szoboszlai's footballing technique hasn't been up to par, so we're having to do more chasing? Whereas if Elliot's got the ball, they don't really get the ball back. Don't really lose the ball.
I do get where you're coming from when you say that, but I wouldn't go as far as to say that Szoboszlai is the reason why we're like losing possession a lot. Like, I know he's not doing what we want him to do, but I wouldn't sit here and be like, Szoboszlai is why we keep giving the ball away. Are there times when it is? Yes.
In the final third, bro, he's a culprit of why we give the ball away.
Yeah, in the final third, to a degree, he's probably the most culpable for losing possession. I get what you mean.
Salah probably are. Salah's very adventurous with his passing, so I think a lot.
That's true. He does.
Salah's adventurous with his passing, and he loves to do that cutting and spoon shot, which just goes into the goalkeeper's hand, which is frustrating. So Szoboszlai's losing the ball in basic moments.
Could I ask you, look, then, what do you think it's instructions or the player himself why Szoboszlai doesn't shoot? Because I know that what I'm best at, I'm going to try and do during the game to help. And I can't remember the last time Szoboszlai had a shot from 15 yards or more. Like
that for me, confidence. That's the confidence bit. The lack of shooting is the confidence bit. But everything else, I think, is nonchalance. Like in his mind, when he's running down and he sees 3 options in front of him, he feels as though I'm going to pass this. Of course, it's going to get to the man. It's me, and he's not executing the technique right. And then next thing you know, he's having to sprint back to try and win the ball back. That's where I think the nonchalance is. So that's why I think there's a combination of both.
Someone made a valid point in the comments. I feel like he defers to Mo a lot, Like
Say that again, sorry.
he defers to Mo a lot. Like I don't know if you guys have seen it, but there's times when I feel
As in
like he
shirk
can shoot.
responsibility.
Yeah, like he can shoot, but he just lays it off to Mo, or he can make he's always looking for Mo a lot. And I understand Mo is Mo, but like, bro, you still got to do your own game because what starts to happen is that people start to disrespect you and not treat you like a threat, like what Jeff said. And when people start doing that, it becomes an issue because it's now you're not really you don't really care about him, so to speak. And if he's not doing the right things, it will become more of a problem for us. That's why I feel like he needs to be taken out the firing line to take a look at himself and be like, these are the things that I need to do. Because remember, Slot is very good at I think a lot of the players have said it he will speak about the mistakes that the player has made and go through how how they can get better. And I feel like that's something that Slot needs to do with Szoboszlai because his decision making is so off at times. Like even the game against Wolves, there was a break. Szoboszlai could have played a through ball to Diaz, and he played it behind him, and it was like, bro, you've now just killed the move because Diaz now has to go back and get the ball, and then you've allowed Wolves to kind of get back into position. It's things like that that's really really frustrating, and like the shooting aspect, bro. Szoboszlai is known for his shooting.
His long range, especially.
Bro, this brother has the ability to score from 25, 20, maybe even 30. He has the ability, but he's not trusting himself to do that anymore. And if you're not trusting yourself, you're lacking trust in yourself, which means you need to come at the firing line because you should know you're more than capable of doing these things. Because, bro, when he plays for Hungary, he will do stuff like that. I don't know whether it's because he feels like at Hungary he can make more mistakes and get away with it. So say he shoots on a break and players are just going, "What are you doing?" But they kind of know he can shoot. Whereas at Liverpool, it's like, bro, you've got Salah, you've got Jota, you've got Diaz. That's why I kind of feel like he struggles with himself, and he's like, "Do I just do this, or have I got to defer?" I think he really needs to focus on himself, bro. And until that happens, I think we're going to start. We're going to continue seeing these incomplete performances. That's going to kind of like annoy us and frustrate us.
John the second.
Because I still think he's a talented footballer, but it's just not connecting. It's not working.
Yeah, I hear it. John the second makes a good point, saying that it can't be instructions because Slot came out and said he wants more goals and his number 10. So
yeah,
it's a tricky one. I'll ask you both before we do supers and end up. Drift, I'll ask you first. Does Szoboszlai turn his form around and become the player that we think he can by the end of this season?
Unfortunately,
I don't think anyone should hold it against you if you say no. But I'm just saying I want you to be honest.
Unfortunately, based on what I've seen so far, I just don't know how he turns it around. But I wish him all the best, and I actually like Szoboszlai.
Yeah, of course we know.
Yeah.
I just look at the way he's playing, and like for example, when you said that he could play left wing, because we've got two players who are good at left wing, it would be weird to play him there even if he was. And then it's like, if the 10, he's not quite showing it. I don't think he can play in the pivot. Right wing maybe, but we have Chiesa now, so there's no point in that anyway. Unfortunately, I'm just like, I don't get how you become a mainstay in the team unless you somehow reinvent how you play number 10. Unless he can reinvent how he plays the number 10, I just can't see a way. I just can't see a way in which he. Do you get what I mean? Like I don't know. I feel very conflicted about Szoboszlai right now. I don't know how you get the best out of him. I just don't.
That's fair. Matt, what about yourself?
Mine's more hope rather than evidence shown. I think it's only 7 games in or something like that. I think he has the time to turn it around, but whether he does, I'll be honest with you, I genuinely don't know. Because when Slot made that comment about I need goals and assists, he scored against Milan, but then kind of went cold after that. Do you know what I mean? So it's like he needs a run of games where I feel like he needs to score or do something and feel like he's confident within himself to play his game. And I don't think he's doing that right now. So I hope he does. I think he can, but whether he does, bro, I'm not sitting on the fence. I'm just being honest.
Yeah,
I
I
genuinely
know.
don't know. Genuinely, I don't know whether he can. I hope he does. I think he's got the thing is what he does have. He has time. This is a long season. Some people will start the season good. Some people will start the season bad. For example, Kwanzaa wasn't even bad. He just had maybe a couple of moments that weren't even bad, but maybe Slot thought he could have done better.
Yeah.
And I still think even he will have a part to play because it's almost impossible for maybe Ibu or Van Dijk to just be fit all season or keep the same standard where Kwanzaa might be needed. And I'm hoping that Szoboszlai, whether he's taken out the firing line, is able to kind of like look at himself, rediscover some form, and get back into the fold. That's what I'm hoping that he can do in it.
I actually think Szoboszlai will improve between now and the end of the season. I just don't know if it'll be enough.
I see where you're coming from. I see, and I take the point that a lot of people are saying at 23, he's got time on his hands, and that's a fact. So let's hope so. Sometimes it does take players a little bit longer to click, but I just worry it's a decision making thing with him, and I'm thinking you can teach decision making, but do we have the time to wait for him to learn it as well? Because I'll ask this to everybody who's asking, because a lot of people are firing shots at us, especially me and Matt, for the honesty we're just trying to show in our concerns for the situation. And I think considering how much Matt loved Szoboszlai at Leipzig, I think you can see it's very difficult for him to even be this honest about this player because he loves Szoboszlai. But I just asked the people who were giving us the stick or whatever, you going to give Szoboszlai the time? People want to win Champions Leagues. People want to win Premier League. People want to be involved. People want success. People want goals. People want wins. I'm somebody who I probably think is a lot more patient than a lot of people. You know what I mean? In the chat in terms of like having patience in players. So are you going to have the patience to let Szoboszlai wait until he's 24, 25 before he figures things out? You're going to give him another 2 years to figure it out? Doesn't everybody want to win? Isn't everybody wanting to be successful? Aren't the standards meant to be top four ain't enough? Are you going to give Szoboszlai the time? That's all I'm asking for. Everyone who's acting like what me and Matt are saying is like being bad mind to Szoboszlai or whatever. We're just trying to ask, we're just trying to be as honest as possible about what we've seen so far. And I just struggle to see how he's going to be able to be a main player in the team. I don't know.
I think he can, but I agree with you when I say right now it doesn't look like it, because if he carries this on drift, the criticism will get worse, and then there'll be a horrible conversation about him at the end of the season. Like I said, I'm only basing this on hope that he can improve because it's a long season and that there's games ahead that he can improve on. Do you know what I mean? Because all it takes is, for example, a banger, a 25-yarder against Real Madrid, and everyone's like, "That's what I'm talking about." Do you know what I mean? Like, and then the conversation changes. So he's got. That's the thing. He's got to look at himself though. Be confident in yourself, bro. We brought you in for 60 mil because we thought you was talented and you are a problem. Right now, as much as I don't want to say it, he's more of a problem for us. And the reason we're even having this conversation is because of, you look at some of the wins that we've had. Obviously, he played well in the first couple of games even against Man United, but it's been a little bit under par and a bit of a hindrance. And that's not something that should be happening. Do you get what I'm trying to say? That shouldn't be happening for a player of his caliber. And here's the thing. Out of all the games we played this season, you would have to say, unfortunately, he's probably been our lowest ranking player, if that makes sense. If you look at all the games, he's not maybe the sole overall, but he goes into that category, and that's not something you want to see. Do you get what I'm saying? Because you could even say, up until recently, if Jota didn't score the goals against West Ham, Jota might start edging into that category, because Jota started all right, done decent, then started to have a nosedive, and then Jota said, "Nah, do you know what? I'm banging in 2 goals, bro. Don't forget about me." That's what Szoboszlai needs to do. Remind people why we got you, bro. Remind people why we spent the 60 mil, because you can bag goals, bro. You're supposed to be that goal threat where everyone, when the commentators go, We've seen this before. We know what's going to happen. Pulls the trigger from 20 and bang. That's what should be happening with Szoboszlai. And he can do it.
Do you know what, Cal? Just briefly, you know, when you was quoting the Slot situation of like why you don't think it could be something that was instruction. The only reason why I think it could be instruction, even though Slot said that, is remember Slot also is about not giving up possession. And remember, shooting, for example, is giving up possession. If it doesn't go in the back of the net, you've given away possession. So that's why I'm thinking maybe it's still technically, even though he wants goals and assists from him, is technically saying to him, don't just keep shooting. That's giving the ball away. Because I think Dominic would be taking more risks with his shooting if we weren't trying to be so
I don't think Slot wants him to spam though, but I think Slot's definitely said to him, "Bro, if there's an opportunity, let one off, but not just to spam."
No, but I'm talking about giving the ability, because if we're being honest, Szoboszlai is a maverick. I think he's the type of player who like does that type of stuff by just being off the cuff and being instinctive and not following instruction. Some of the goals he scored under Klopp, even you'd look back at it and go, he shouldn't have really shot there, you know, but it rasped in the top corner, so who cares? But you'd be like, he should have really passed, or he should have done a through.
Shooting from long range is a mad skill, you know. But this is someone said it in the chat because I was going to bring it up, but big up to the person that said it. I might have been John actually. Big up John in a second. I think he said it. Or maybe it was Jamrock. You see the shots that he should be taking. It's like what Oxlade-Chamberlain used to do, so to speak. Them long range madness. That's what
power drive.
Yeah, we should be getting that from Szoboszlai on a more consistent basis. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, that's what he's known for. If you go look at his goal catalogue, he doesn't score many tap-ins. He scores quite a few long ranges. He's that good of a shooter. Even if you go look at his free kicks, even for Hungary as well, like he can do this thing. One thing I will say though, to his defense, this is why the only thing I will question his defensive coverage. Is Slot asking him to do that, or is he doing that? Because I can't lie, if I'm not mistaken, he's top 3 in terms of distance covered, and coverage. Top 3 players for Liverpool this season. And he runs a lot. That's the 10. Your 10 shouldn't be running more so than, say, your 2 6s or even... Do you know what I mean? Like, that's a lot of running.
Do the least running in the whole team, really, when you think about it.
Say again?
Your number 10 should probably do the least running in the whole team when you think about it.
This guy will sprint back. If a move breaks down, bro, he's sprinting back. And don't get me wrong, that's all well and good. But that's one thing I will say is like, I almost feel like he does too much running. Do you remember when I said just about Nunes? And they said even if they get Nunes, this is more of this is how you're going to get the best out of him. He does too much running. Do you remember when we were saying like he presses a bit too much, like he's doing too much running? Bro, you don't need to do that much running. Be smarter about it. But I feel like Szoboszlai has got that kind of, him and Nunes, that endeavor. They want, if they mess up or they see a move break down, they're like, I'm going to get that. Bro, that's all well and good, but sometimes you don't always need to go and do that because there's guys that are there that can cover that for you. Bro, by the 65th minute, he's shot. He's shot, you know? Watch it. 65 minutes every game, you see how tired he looks.
I've been there myself. I've actually been there myself, whether it's me on trial somewhere, you know, trying to impress a manager because I want to sign for a club or whatever when I was younger. Like, I was there, like, so if you feel like, if I'm not playing well, running around is gonna like get me like up in the ranking because they're gonna see the effort. You know, especially England. We gotta remember, like, especially like you go back in there in England, it's all about effort and endeavor and running and running and running.
100%, bro.
I used to do that all the time. If I was having a stinker, you see me back helping defend, running out to the wing. I'm doing everything but what I'm supposed to be doing, which is scoring goals. Because I'm trying to make up. Because in my head, I'm like, I'm letting the team down.
It's only natural, isn't it? You want to try harder. It's natural. If you feel like you overcompensate. That's what I will say. Is he overcompensating? The thing is, he's an athlete. It's something that he does anyway. But I do feel like if I'm Arnie Slot, I'll say to him, bro, I really appreciate your effort. I'm not telling you not to try hard, but just be smarter. Just be smarter about it, bro. Brown and McAllister, can cover ground. Maybe not as good as Sob in terms of like transition, like speed, but they can cover ground. Because McAllister might not be the quickest, but he's got probably the best IQ in our midfield. Then it goes to Gravenberch, who's more of an athlete that can cover ground. The balance is there with them two. Do you get what I'm saying? So, because I'll be real, you guys said it, and I disagreed with you. Just quickly, you guys said Soba maybe should play pivot at Mac 10. Mac should play 10. Sorry.
Yeah.
And the wickedest thing is, it would work, but not work. Reason being, McAllister will be crazy in the 10 because he's got that decisive pass that can split lines, and his IQ is crazy. The problem is with Szoboszlai, playing with your back to goal, what McAllister has to do to get us up the pitch, like Gravenberch, as much as I think he's good at it, he's nowhere near on them man's level. So when you're in the first phase of the press and you're playing back towards goal, you can, I don't want to say it, but I can see them moments where he can lose the ball, you know, because he's not as assured as them man there.
No, he's
them man they are killers at it, bro. Gravenberch and McAllister, that's what they do. That's their bread and butter.
We just Varela or Zubimendi in January, and then we can play McAllister further up, and then he becomes a squad player. That's how I look at it.
Or Harvey Elliott.
Yeah, for real.
Harvey Elliott, because I'll be real. I think we all said it on the panel. We were surprised Harvey Elliott didn't start the first game of the season.
Yeah,
because of his pre-season.
Agreed. Right, let's have these supers, boys.
Only 349 likes, boys. Come on, man.
Come on, man. Let's get it out to 500 people. Come on, man. It's free. Just smash the like button. You don't know already.
Yo, what's good says comparing 210/support strikers to Saka is nasty work. Put Saka in central areas like those two instead of making him hug the touchline. Saka better than both. I don't agree.
I can tell you nobody's going to agree with you on that apart from Arsenal fans, but fair play.
I don't think Saka does as well as them in the central areas.
Saka can't play 10.
Saka doesn't have the in-game intelligence to play number 10. And I'm not being shady. I'm just giving my opinion.
I disagree with that. I just don't think he's got the... I don't think he'd be as good as them two as a 10. I think he's definitely got the in-game intelligence to play as a 10.
I don't. He's predictable as a winger. How can you play as a 10 if you're a predictable winger? I don't know. I don't know.
Mr. Moses says Foden cannot flourish outside the City system. Completely
disingenuous, man, because of what people saw at England, man. Bellingham was playing 10 and he's a box-to-box midfielder, fam. Like, what are we doing here?
Foden at Liverpool in this system with Slot would do an absolute.
Could you imagine Foden in the 10?
Bloody hell. Foden in the 10 or Foden on the right wing would do a nuts. It'd be nuts. Alex says Sobo was great at Leipzig and was a G at Leipzig and can't pass. Zubi for us explain that. We just did, to be fair. We just did.
That's not gonna say you did that, bro.
We spoke about that already. Yo, what's good says, what is a creative player in your eyes? Granted, Foden gets assists, but I don't look at him as a creative type or a lock picker like Maddison or Palmer. I can't believe I'm reading some of this stuff about Foden.
Neither can I, bro.
Foden cracks safes open for fun. He should be in Ocean's 11 the way he moves. Like, I don't get it.
Foden is a madman. Like, it's okay to say if you think Palmer is more creative, but just to say Foden isn't a creative player. And I understand, take away GA. This is what Foden is about, opening up the game. Whether he scores or assists or a pass, he opens up the game. He's a lot.
I think Foden's creativity comes through his like 1-2s and his dribbling and laying the passes off. Though I don't think he's the type of Odegaard, Palmer type of 10 who will actually just scan and just pass the ball.
But there's different ways to be a lock picker, though, Drift.
But
there's different ways to be a lock picker.
No, I'm not saying he can't do it. I'm not saying he can't do it, but I don't think it's naturally his game, and I think that's why people don't associate him with it, because he's more of a dribbler, driving with the ball, popping off 1-2s more so than he is.
But he can do everything.
He does it.
Yeah, he's a brilliant player. He's a brilliant player. Foden's a brilliant player.
I'll be honest, he's more of a complete player than Palmer. He's more complete, in my opinion. Palmer can just play 10. Can just play 10.
No, play right wing as well, Matt.
I'm sorry?
Foden.
No. Wait there. Just quickly. Who's a better right winger, Foden or Palmer? If you say Palmer, Drift.
Foden's a better left winger. I say Palmer's a better right winger. Foden's a better left winger.
Oh,
Oh.
with that lack of athleticism from Palmer.
Well, from what I've seen of both players playing for City and Chelsea, I think Foden's better on the left than he is on the right. I mean, he's better.
Ask Man City fans.
But he's better left
Foden's
winger
better on the right than he is the left.
No, I think they normally play Bernardo or obviously they had Mahrez. Maybe KDB drifts out, but I think Foden more pulls to the left if he's not central. That's just me.
I'm not saying this to you, Matt. I'm not saying this to you, Matt or Drift. I do think because of his performance at the weekend, I think a lot is being.
Bro, I agree with you. I agree.
Foden and Palmer are both quality. I just think people are forgetting who Foden is.
Because
Palmer started the season so well.
Yeah.
And Foden hasn't been fully fit. I think everyone forget what Foden is.
People are forgetting Foden's a machine, bro.
No, I'm saying that Foden's better from the left than the right. I'm not forgetting how good he is.
Yeah. But bro.
I mean, he's better in the 10. He's better in the 10, isn't it? So.
James LFC says, off topic, but I'd play Gakpo in the 10. I wouldn't. I'd keep Gakpo on the left wing. Yeah. I understand the logic. What you're saying is not crazy, but I'd keep Gakpo on the left, give him some continuity and consistency. Yo, what's good says, match goers holds the most power, in my opinion. FSC values these more. Those people won't really cause a massive uproar. Online will buzz for a week and then peter out. I agree with that.
That's why you say the only way to hurt them is to not buy the merch, because outside the stadium, those people are actually more important because there's more of them.
I'm not being funny though, Drift. We've all stopped buying merch, but bro, we've got record sales.
No, that's what I'm saying. It would have to be everybody did it, innit? That's what it would have to be.
Do it. They ain't gonna do it.
No, they won't. And I'm saying to me because you want your club jersey. That's the thing. I want these. I wanted this season's kits. I want last season's kit. Like, you know what I mean?
Long distance. Liverpool says, big up, guys. Looking at our team now, is 10 like the caliber of Odegaard or De Bruyne more important than the 6? For me, we walk the league with an efficient and creative 10, and our attack will cook more. I still think the 6 is more important.
I actually agree with him. I think with Mack and Gravenberch holding up the pivot, if we had a Palmer, a De Bruyne, an Odegaard playing our 10, I think we're just cooking teams so much we forget we even needed a 10.
We'll come unstuck if we.
I think we forget we needed a 6. Sorry,
Mack and Grav can't play 38 games in the Premier League and how many games?
Oh no,
you know.
Oh no. I get that. No, but I think that's looking at the squad count, because the DM's only an issue if we have a squad problem because one's not playing. So we're just talking about the 11 in like a computer game ideal world. I think that the 2 people we've got in the pivot now are absolutely fine. If you could sprinkle a magic brush over both of those players and they were going to be fit for 55, 60 games this season, and we knew there wouldn't be a Rodri type of horrible scenario, then I think the 10 is actually more important to solve right now out of the midfield. But squad-wise, you're right, because that's not the real world, and something might happen or can easily happen. And then you're like, oh, shit, who's next in line? So I agree with you from that point of view.
Kai Lewis, Salah and Gerrard are both scouts. Who's done more? Everyone's going to know. It's this. If you guys think I'm downplaying Salah's achievements because he's African, like, look at the color of my skin, guys. Like, what are we doing here? Like, I do not care about a player's background or anything. I care about how.
No. You can be black and be Scouse. So
no, I'm saying, but I'm not downplaying Salah's achievements because he's African. Like, I'm not downplaying Salah's achievements at all.
He means if Salah was Scouse, there'd be more of a love for him.
John Barnes ain't Scouse. Kenny Dalglish ain't Scouse. Nothing to do with being Scouse. It's nothing to do with being Scouse. Paul A says this is the best Monday show in time. Big up yourself, Paul.
Big up yourself, Paul A, man.
You'll Never Walk Alone 2.0 says Salah, GA, Jamie Carragher, top 3 of all time. LFC, come on, Cal. He's not top 3 for me yet, personally. Dean says, my take is we need to normalize praising and appreciating talent without having to mention team achievements. Adrian won the league and Champions League, in my opinion. I agree with that.
But the only thing is, Dean, we were talking about legacy, and legacy has to include trophies. But if you're talking about talent, you never include trophies. Trophies has absolutely nothing to do with talent.
Alex says, "No, Matthew want to end up like Pat Cowsbury."
Listen, I said what I said. If you don't like it, that's you, innit?
Alex says Souness would beat a ref in this era. No cap legend. Yeah, Souness ain't lasting 90 minutes in the current Premier
People
League.
don't want to
Era.
give Salah his flowers, man.
Woodley's Feet says that's mad. That's a mad name. Woodley's
That's
Feet.
mad, bro.
Yeah.
Look at the picture as well.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Feet at right angles. My dad has Kenny, Stevie, Rush sitting at the same table, but Salah is definitely putting up a chair. For me, Mo is defo the great Prem winger. That I agree with. I think Barnes should be in that top as well. Yo, what's good? Says Sobo isn't a 10, but an 8 in my opinion. We can't drop him for now. I don't like him receiving the ball back to goal, nor do I want him to be the first at receiving. Pause. Yeah, I hear that as well. Isaac said, "Thanks for the shout earlier, Kop-Ish legends. Big up to yourself and big up to the missus as well, Isaac.
Big up.
Absolute pleasure." Right, boys, what are we saying? Tomorrow we've got the Bologna preview. Are you guys doing anything tomorrow on Big Up?
Yeah. So make sure you join me tomorrow, guys, for the Arsenal PSG game. Big Champions League game. So make sure you join me. Yeah, make sure you join me for that one, guys, for the watch along. I'm not sure if Matt is doing any. Are you doing any Champions League games tomorrow, bro?
No, I'm not in Champions League tomorrow. I'm not doing Champions League this week, I don't think.
Well, apart from Wednesday.
Yeah, apart from obviously Liverpool, but yeah.
Oh yeah. Wednesday, obviously, and then we got the
because we're
Liverpool
playing Wednesday.
game.
Yeah, I'm not doing that game tomorrow. No.
Cool. So, people, you know what to do. If you haven't already, smash that like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and make sure you check out Matt's Big Up channel and Drifty's Big Up channel. Drifty will be going live tomorrow for Arsenal versus PSG. Like I said, we'll be live tomorrow at some point during the day for Liverpool versus Bologna's live match preview. So make sure you switch on the notification bell. Boys, anything you want to say to the people before we say good night?
No, man. I mean, Cal, if you could do me a favor, please, bro, and just drop the link in the chat, because obviously I'm not on my laptop, so I can't at the moment. But just to let the people know who don't know where to go, and just love as always, man.
I got 2
You
words.
got a little bit longer than we thought you'd get out of us today, but there was a couple of fun.
I got 2 words.
Matt, don't ruin it.
Say,
no, don't ruin it, Matt. Don't ruin it.
Mo Salah. Mo Salah. That's it. That's all I'm gonna say, fam.
I can see that.
Everyone know. Listen, it's been a great show. Hope you lot were entertained. Do you know what I'm saying? It's always opinions. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I love.
Big up.
Do you know what I mean? Everyone has their own opinion, and this is what we do, people. Love for the love, people. Each and every time, man. Trust.
Indeed. I'll be live with Monts and Jamie, I believe, in a few minutes. So just stay here. You'll be redirected to that video. So make sure you join us. And people, it's been a pleasure as always. Smash that like button. Leave some comments as well, people. Big up Saeed in the chat. Come on.
Oh, is that Saeed?
Big up Saeed. Come on.
No, big up, hey, Saeed, big up, yeah, because I saw the video with the man them talking it. Bro.
Which one?
Have you seen the latest one, which they did yesterday? The one yesterday with their like emergency meeting.
Bro, my kids call him Uncle now. They call him Uncle Saeed. They know him well, bro.
No, big up Saeed, man. Listen,
you see yesterday. If you haven't seen it, guys, make sure you go check it out. Obviously, go and support our brother Saeed. If you lot see Saeed's fan cam outside the stadium, it is one of the most legendary fan cams you have ever seen in your life. I'm waiting for the Bruno Fernandes Saeed UFC match. That's what I'm waiting for. Because
no. There's another fight. Big up Saeed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's Saeed and gold.
Yeah. That was I could feel the passion coming
Yeah.
through the TV.
And you know
It
what's
was
so
mad.
mad, yeah? Listen, Saeed is a brother of ours. He's a United fan, but he's a brother of ours, right? But you just have to keep it up, Buck. I'm not gaslighting here. Everything Saeed said, as a rival, I agree. Do you know how mad that is, bro? And I said it at the start when I was like, if them man had a proper structure, they would have got rid of my man. The fact that they're keeping him makes us happy. But if you're a United fan, it's dark days. Dark. It's dark.
Spooky. We love it. Guys, subscribe to Saeed's
Oh,
channel.
we love it, though. We love it.
People, till we see you later on, or today now. Stay safe, stay blessed. We're Kopish out, people. Take care.
Love it.
Peace.